All right. What is going on, everybody? And welcome on into a brand new episode of the Cinema Lords podcast. Episode number 16. And I'm going to start off right by the top. I'm not going to lie to any of you guys. I'm hurting today. Went out to Boston last night with a lady. Went and catch some Boston live shows. Had a great time. Had a little too much fun. I'm paying for it today. I'm a little slow. My brain's not exactly firing as good as it normally is. But the show must go on. When you guys are all watching this, it'll officially be December, which means the countdown to Christmas is on, which is crazy that we're already in the month of December. For those of you guys that follow the show on social media, you guys will see that I just put out a nice little 25 days of Christmas viewing schedule. My own little tweaks on it, trying to mix in some things. We're going to be talking about that. We have a lot to talk about today. We're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special. We're going to be talking 1899. We're going to be talking White Lotus, the Andor finale for season 1. We're also going to be talking a little Glass Onion, a couple of other things sprinkled in as well. So we have a lot to do. Let's start off by going around the horn as always, though. It's the usual squad that we've had as of late on the ones and twos this week, keeping things fresh. Mr. Moose, Seth, what's going on, baby?
Hey, fellas. How we doing? Hope everybody's Thanksgiving was good out there. It's nice that we switched over to Christmas. I don't know. A lot of you guys know me by now. I'm not the best, Christmas spirited guy, but I got the Christmas spirit going this year.
Love to see
I got
that.
the tree up in my house. I'm already started ripping into some Christmas movies.
There we go.
I watched Elf again, and it just reconfirmed that the movie sucks.
Oh, my God.
I just want that out there before we start.
Jesus.
But yeah, I'm glad we turned the page over to December, and I got the Christmas spirit. So let's keep it going.
I do love to hear that because I am a huge Christmas guy myself. I always get very festive as early as I can. I have all my shit up usually by Thanksgiving and stuff like that. Today, I don't have too much spirit of any variety. I'm kind of lacking spirit of any variety.
You're like Bad Santa, like Billy Bob Thornton, Bad Santa.
So like I said, a little slow on the trigger, but it was worth it. I had a great time. And then my co-host today, you guys know him very well at this point, our aficionado of all things Westeros, but as you guys have seen, he's a man of many talents at this point, Mr. Luke Klein. And Lukey, baby, what's going on?
Doing well. I think we got a great show today. Like you said, got Christmas around the corner here. Well, some shots already fired from Mitts on Elf again, not going to let that one pass. But yeah, finale of Andor. We went and saw Glass Onion in theaters.
Right, yeah.
Cool movie.
Gonna be talking a little Glass Onion.
Yeah, maybe not a full spoiler look, but maybe to tell people if they should go see it or not,
Yeah.
And I'm ready for a good show.
I already can tell you my views on that movie, which I fell asleep, let's put it that way.
Did you?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Wow, that hasn't happened in a while.
I took an Adderall probably 3 hours before we left. Had a vodka Red Bull right before we walked in at Dave & Buster's. Still fell asleep an hour and 20 minutes in.
Wow.
I was just so bored. Oh, my Lord,
man.
have mercy.
All that was missing was the key bump on the way into the movie theater.
And let me tell you, we were at the Providence Place Mall, one of those back theaters, so it was tight. It was packed, too, so we were, congested and stuff. It was hot in there. Didn't even care. Just put my head straight down and took a little quick
Like
siesta.
the old man nap, too, with the head down, arms crossed.
Yeah. Had to have missed a good 10 to 15 minutes easily. But
the time of stir fry before we went probably wasn't good.
that's true.
A little
That's
hibachi
true.
action.
Hibachi was the best
Put you
part
right
of
to
the night
sleep.
by far. Hibachi was dope. But now we've
Diced onions greater than glass onion.
There you go. Yeah, onion volcanoes.
I like that. Yeah, no, we had a good time. But yeah, we'll definitely talk a little Glass Onion a little bit. Now that we know what we got here today, first things first, I want to keep mentioning, like we have been at the top of the show, we are doing our race to 100 subscribers on YouTube. As soon as we get to 100 subscribers on the YouTube page, we're going to be raffling off a $40 AMC gift card to one of the listeners. So all you need to do, go to YouTube. If you don't have an account, make an account. Click the subscribe button right below me, right here, right down below. Smash that subscribe button. Easy as cake. As soon as you do that, you're automatically, entered to our raffle. And like I said, once we get to 100, we're going to be doing the pull here on the show. So be on the lookout for that too. But go get on it. Yeah, go get on it. Especially if you're a listener on Spotify or iTunes, just takes 2 seconds. Bing, bing. But now that we got that out of the way, I decided to start off things with Christmas, like I was just mentioning. Did this 25 days of Christmas calendar, just whipped it up maybe 2 or 3 days ago. Steph helped me actually do the actual imagery for online because I was like, I want to do this. I was like, I have no idea how to fucking do it. She's like, I can do that for you. I was like, all right, word. Like, let's do it. And I was fucking pumped with how it came out.
Nice.
But I tried to do a nice little variety. I tried to mix in some newer movies that maybe people haven't seen yet that I actually did enjoy. And I tried to mix them in with some of, the classics of old. And I kind of tried to set it up so that you have the classics really once you hit the Christmas time.
Yeah.
And then, the beginning of the month when you're just kind of getting into the vibe and stuff like that, maybe check out some of the new ones. Some of the ones that aren't like super, super like full-blown Christmas movies, but are still like Christmas-oriented. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Just Friends comes to mind, which I think I have on day 2 right away.
Yeah.
Funny Ryan Reynolds movie. Not exactly like a Christmas movie, but does take place during the holiday season, so.
Yeah, 25 movies, that's a lot of movies, so gotta mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, it was funny. I was actually really struggling with the very before I ended up kind of putting them into subcategories, and that's how I did like the actual like day movie kind of thing. But when I was just trying to list off 25 movies, I was at like 24 for like a couple of hours. Like I was just like, I don't know what to pick, and I was just like shuffling through a bunch of things. But it felt like it got so hard because I was like, I could pick this. I was like, but then I had to leave the rest of them off. I was like, I couldn't fucking decide. And I actually ended up on kind of like a horror night is what I ended up on. Just true to my horror. I'm a huge horror fan, so I couldn't help myself. I put a horror movie that I just watched for the first time. Better Watch Out. I watched that last year, which was pretty awesome. It's about this kid. His like parents go out. His babysitter comes over to like watch him. Babysitter's like kind of cute and stuff like that. So he's kind of like, you know what I mean, like interested in her and stuff.
Yeah.
And, things kind of go awry. Things start getting kind of creepy. I think there's like a break-in and stuff like that, and then things get really out of control. But
Cool. Adult
twist,
Home Alone
big
kind of
twist
thing?
ending. Yeah, kind of actually. Yeah.
Cool.
And then I was saying, if you get the kiddies, I also did that, or the Nightmare Before Christmas. Keep everybody happy kind of thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's an all-timer.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one in a while, but I plan on watching that one this year. But I got a bunch of my favorites on there. I love Gremlins. That's always one of my favorite movies. I could watch that any time of year, but obviously getting the Mogwai, getting Gizmo for Christmas, what an awesome fucking present until obviously things go terribly awry. One of my favorites, so I watched the movie a billion times. But finished off strong the last week, you know what I mean? All the jams, Jingle All the Way, Bad Santa, Home Alone, Christmas Vacation, Christmas Story on Christmas, obviously. I did do a nice little. As I was going through too. I did Fred Claus and Four Christmases together on Saturday and Sunday, so it's a Vince Vaughn weekend. You know what I mean, kind of thing.
Nice. I was going to ask you that because I remembered Fred Claus for sure, and I thought he was in Four Christmases as well. But yeah.
No Krampus on here, huh?
You know what's funny? Lois said that same thing. He's gonna be like, Phil's gonna see this, and so like, you picked 25 Christmas movies, and you left Krampus off the list. I was like, I don't give a fuck. I had never seen Krampus. I ain't watching that nonsense. But I actually kind of had some fun doing it. I'm not gonna lie. It took me a little bit of time, like I said. I probably put more time into it than I actually needed to, but I wanted to get everything fucking just perfect. You know what I mean? I tried to do it good.
You haven't seen Krampus?
I have not. No.
Seems like I haven't seen it either, so I can't come down on you too hard. But it seems like it's your vibe. Yeah. Come on,
honestly,
scary,
the biggest turn off
Christmas?
to me is that Phil likes it.
Phil loves it.
Yeah,
true.
He's the champion of Krampus.
He sure is. And anything that Phil tends to actually, I don't know though. The last few times that Phil hasn't liked something, I have agreed to that. We both were the only him, and Justin were the only people that came out of Batman. We were just like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah. How was that? It was a good nap for you too. Like, yeah. I was fucking like red marks on my neck from friggin' Jones in the movie theater. Basically, I was like, "Dude, you gotta get me out of here." I was like, "This movie's the worst thing I've ever seen. I'm so bored." I went to the fucking bar. They wouldn't serve me another beer.
But a cigarette.
Yeah, no, I'd have to try out Krampus. I'll have to give it a shot.
Seems like your thing. I've never seen it, but I don't know. I'm surprised.
Yeah, I'd have to check that. So, have you ever seen Krampus?
Bits and pieces of it.
Bits and pieces.
Not it's like the cheesy, just typical like cheesy horror movie.
Yeah.
But you got to be in the right, like if you're in the right mindset, you know what I mean? Like you're just looking for not to watch an instant classic or anything, have like a couple laughs at how like cheesy it is.
I got you.
It's right up your alley.
You know what? I also had to lead off. This Mitz is one of my favorites.
I was thinking Black Christmas not on there. Yeah.
I had to really refrain from putting Black Christmas on there.
That was one of those. I kept going through the dates. I was like, don't see Black Christmas on there.
Yeah, I had to leave it off. That's just one that's just I can actually I can look in the mirror and be honest with myself. I know how awful of a movie it is, but it doesn't make me love it any less. I fucking love that movie. Which actually probably gets points at Krampus.
Just for the betterment of the viewing, we had to take that off. If you're following along,
yeah,
you do
I tried to keep the better stuff on there. 8-Bit Christmas is one that just came out recently that I liked. Happiest Season was one that came out recently that I liked. Spirited, which was this year, I threw on there too, but nice couple bangers. I tried to keep a couple of my favorites together too. 8 Crazy Nights, Office Christmas Party the night before, or actually How the Grinch Stole Christmas. That's a fucking that's a heat of stretch. Huge stretch.
Going through this too, I'm surprised how many I remember actually seeing in theaters. So like, they go back to like childhood memories a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
Like Grinch, Elf, both the Vince Vaughn ones.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
Nice.
Just, surprising how many I've seen. I never thought that was one of my categories, but
The Night Before was one I saw in theaters, and that's one now I watch probably, honestly, like twice a holiday season. That fucking movie cracks me.
I've seen that one. So that's Seth Rogen and James Franco, right?
Seth Rogen. James Franco is in it a little bit. He's like a side character, but he is in it a little bit actually.
But that squad, is it Apatow too?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He's kind of like the lead, and
Anthony
then
Mackie.
Mackie. Yep.
Oh, man.
And then fucking the dude from like 8 Mile and a bunch of other shit. He's dating Eminem's mom, but he's
it's General Zod.
Yeah, General Zod.
Yeah. He's a drug dealer.
Michael
He's the drug dealer. He ends up being the angel. He's throwing the party and everything, dude. Yeah. He's like, it's my party. What'd you think about the tunnel with the lights? Pretty cool way to enter a party, no?
He's always a really serious character too. So that's fun.
Dude, that movie cracks me up, man. I love that movie. I usually watch it like once with Steph, and she doesn't like. She's like, all right, fine. And it's like holiday season, we'll watch it. And then it's like another time where she's not around. I'm just like, yeah, I'll throw it on again. But like I said, I had fun doing it. So if you're ever looking for something to check out, you don't know what you can't decide or something like that. Maybe go peep this. If you're looking for something new, go peep this.
Yeah.
But go check it out.
We gotta make this the new Advent calendar, you know?
Yeah, there you go.
Sell them for big money.
There you go. I like that. I saw a few other other similar things do post theirs on on social media and shit like that. Mm-hmm. Obviously, they do it on like TV. Like I think it's Freeform there, that channel. They start like December 1st. They're doing I think it's basically like 2 Christmas movies a night. It's from like 6. They do one at 6 and then another one at 8. Nice. They do it like the whole entire month long. Which just goes to show how many fucking shitty Christmas movies there are too.
True.
Like 24 hours of Elf.
I was gonna say that they did that the other day.
24 hours of Elf on November fucking 28th or whatever day I watched it. Come on, man.
That is insane. They shouldn't be 24 hours of anything. Even honestly, the Christmas Story thing kind of gets me annoyed after I'll end up watching the movie like 2 full times in the day just because it's on all day everywhere I am.
Yeah.
I'm just like, wow, I just watched this almost entire thing this morning, and then I'm watching almost the entire thing again now, and then it'll be on again tonight.
Or you'll come across the same scene like 3 or 4 times throughout the day.
That too, yeah, that'll happen too. You just only keep catching the same part everywhere you go. But it's still one of my it's one of the best. I fucking love Christmas Story. Great movie. From there, let's keep it Christmas. Let's talk about something that last week I had a little bit of hate. This week I got some more hate to spew. Let's talk about something I fucking didn't just like. I fucking loved it. This Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special was awesome. It was everything I wanted it to be, and honestly a little bit more. I felt like I liked the Halloween special they did, and I'm glad that they're doing more of these specials. I like that it's themed around Christmas. I love the Guardians of the Galaxy. The first Guardians is like my second favorite Marvel movie or my third favorite Marvel movie. The second Guardians is like my 10th favorite Marvel movie. I watch them religiously. I love the crew. Groot and Rocket are my dogs.
Oh yeah.
I got a Groot everywhere. There's like a Groot there's a Groot in every room in my house. I got like 5 on my Christmas tree. It's crazy. Groot is my dog. And he was hysterical in this. Not looking a little bit different from his dad. We got like fucking this Groot's jacked. This guy's hitting the gym.
Yeah, a little V shape going.
Yeah, he fucking
swimmer's body.
Swole. I saw.
It's the closest looking of Vin Diesel, actual Vin Diesel of Groot that there is.
I didn't even think of that. That's a good idea. That's a good call though. It's a good call. I saw James Gunn on social media referred to him as Swole Groot. I loved that. That's hysterical.
Swole Groot.
But I loved this, man. I thought this was like absolutely hysterical. I've already watched it twice. I watched it once, and then actually when we got back from watching The Glass Onion, me and Lois hung out for a bit, and we were just looking for something to toss on. And he hadn't watched it the first time, so I'm like, fuck it, throw it on again. So I've already seen it twice, and I laughed almost as I saw the second time watching it. I thought it was hysterical.
Nice.
What'd you guys think?
Yeah, some absolute laugh out loud moments. This is like you said, 2 for 2. They knocked the Halloween one out.
Werewolf by Night.
Werewolf by Night, and then this one they knocked out of the water. So they got to keep these going with these quick 45-minute specials.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean the whole the whole premise of it was just hilarious to me. I don't know how else to say it. Like they go after fucking one person the whole entire time to cheer up like Chris Pratt, and yeah, the gift that when Rocket got the Christmas gift, like I was literally in tears.
Yeah.
When Nebula gives him the Christmas gift, and it is what it is. Like that one had me absolutely like my side hurting from laughing. So. They keep knocking these specials out of the park, so I hope they keep up with it a lot. They start doing a couple more.
Luke?
I'm sorry to say I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, no. You're missing out, bud. It's a good thing that Seth didn't give away too much then.
Yeah. No, I totally spaced on it.
All right.
I texted you today, like making sure I knew what we were covering, and
I got you.
I didn't put it on there.
All right. So, yeah, that's something we'll have to come back to next week in much greater detail because there's a lot of spoilers that I want to talk in that, but I don't want to ruin it for you.
That's one that like you gotta throw on your own Christmas watch list.
Right.
Like put that, like find a date on here and put that on there.
Yeah, I know, I'm mad at myself. I haven't
It's
seen
like
it.
45 minutes.
Oh,
too.
man.
I know. I caught up on 8 hours of one show and like
fun.
10 hours of another show, but I forgot to do the 45-minute Christmas special.
Hey,
But
you're
we'll
way
get
ahead
there.
of me on 1899 and stuff. It happens, you know what I mean? We all, you've been binging White Lotus too, so I get you. I hear you.
Catching up. Yeah, fully up to date on White Lotus now. So.
Oh, nice. We'll definitely do some White Lotus talk in a second then. Big coming out party for Mantis.
Yeah.
Big coming out party for Mantis. Definitely going to show that she's going to be a bigger character in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Also got introduced to a character that had been rumored for Guardians in a while. The Cosmo Guardian dog.
Yeah.
I was pumped to see that too. I thought the fucking dog was hysterical. Looking forward to seeing
Like
more
to
of
see
that
that
dog.
back. Yeah, for sure.
That's like not too spoiler. That happens right away, and they've already been rumoring that one for a while, kind of. But it's literally just a fucking dog, like in an astronaut suit, and it's like I think Rocket is the one. They didn't show it, but I'm pretty sure Rocket is the one that basically builds like this, like communication device, so that what the dog is thinking, there's like a robotic voice. Like think of like an Alexa voice that kind of like speaks like on the behalf of the dog, kind of a thing.
Yep.
So it's very 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 funny.
Kind of like Up. I don't know if you've seen Up.
Actually, yes, just
that's
like
good-
that.
good call, yeah.
It's actually a great call. It's just like that. I don't know how I didn't think of that reference. I told you my brain has been firing lately. But
Except it's fucking Sputnik.
Yeah.
So it has a Russian accent.
Oh,
as the
nice.
dog. It's wicked funny.
it is very, very, very funny. So yeah, we'll come back next week to that. But you're in for a treat.
Nice.
It was an awesome time. Definitely focused more on like I was expecting a little bit more from Rocket and Groot in it. They were only smaller pieces, but fucking I really, really enjoyed it. Right away, it opened up my fucking favorite Christmas song too during like the Marvel credits. Opened up at the Pogues, Fairy Tale in New York, which is a song that I listened to like 5 billion times.
They always kill the music on those Guardians movies.
Yeah. There's a few like live musical pieces too in this that were funny too that I really enjoyed.
Yeah, the Christmas song they came up with was awesome.
Yeah, there's two of them, one in the beginning and one
The
at
one,
the end.
the one at the
both of them.
beginning I thought was better, but yeah,
I thought they were
still
both
very good.
They were both pretty good.
Were any of the crew missing? Like, was it the full Guardians crew?
The only one that isn't there, which I tried to figure out if there was any leads online, Gamora's not there, which is not too surprising just based on how he left her at Endgame.
Right.
She it was basically a new Gamora who hadn't experienced all of her experiences with the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Right.
So I can imagine her being kind of lost. The only thing I was picking up online that I found in a couple of places was that at Comic-Con they showed not even like an actual trailer, but just like a snippet teaser kind of thing, and it showed like her at the head of a pack of they call them like the Ravengers, which is the group that Yondu was like at the charge of.
Blue guy.
Yeah, Yondu.
Yep.
Perfect. He's my guy. I fucking love Yondu. It's like the dude from Walking Dead and shit. He's he's hysterical. He was in Suicide Squad too. Him and James Gunn are tight.
Oh wow.
But fucking. Oh, I just lost my train of thought. See, that's what I'm talking about. My brain wasn't trying.
I know you're a little fried.
I'm just all.
We're talking about Gamora. Gamora.
Oh yeah, Gamora. Yeah, the only thing I was seeing was that she was like the head of the Ravengers now. So I think we'll see her in Guardians 3.
Cool.
As playing kind of like what we saw Yondu was doing,
Nice.
which could be pretty funny. She's leading some of those knuckleheads. Fucking Taserface. But that could be pretty cool. I'm sure. I don't think her story's done, but she just wasn't in this.
All right.
But even like Seth
take it.
mentioned, even like Nebula stuck around, which is kind of in a way a little bit surprising. You know what I mean?
That is. I wouldn't have expected that.
Right. You would have think if Gamora was going to take off, Nebula probably would have taken off with her and stuff. But maybe Nebula's found her family now. She's fucking hysterical, man.
Yeah, her like I don't know if it's like dry humor, but
Dude,
just
the way that she was dancing.
Yeah.
Her dry.
Right. Yeah.
She's just trying to learn how to be funny. Like she's
Right.
she's on
Yeah. It's
day
just
5 of humor.
it's so dry the way she just like comes off. I think that's what makes it the funniest thing.
I don't know if you can like use the word dry to describe dancing, but her dancing was like dry. It was just like a stick, like a stick figure could dance. You know what I mean? It was just like so stiff. Like if she had just seen one person dance for the first
I
time.
was gonna say somebody who's just never
so
seen
funny.
somebody dance, and just like that was the first time, and she just like tried it.
Oh man, it was so funny. But like I said, we'll dive more into that in depth next week. We have plenty more to do, and you can catch up on it, and we can do some more spoilers and stuff. But like we said, you're in for a treat for sure.
Nice. Yeah. Homework assignment for the listeners too.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
We can all.
especially now that it's officially December and stuff. Came out the day after Thanksgiving, which I threw it on that morning right away. As soon as it was, I was pumped. I love Guardians, so I was like, give me. I can't wait. It's what, May something, right, for Guardians 3? They're the second movie of Phase 5.
Yep.
Wow.
So yeah, we got Ant-Man, which is February, and then right after that we got Guardians. Then the Marvels, which is this summer, which
Yeah, I was gonna say the same reaction.
That's the Lady Avengers kind of thing, right?
Yeah, at least honestly, the first Captain Marvel movie I thought got way too much hate. Like it's not like one of my favorite Marvel movies, but people were like just bashing it when it came out, and when I watched it, I was like, this is actually like there's a lot worse Marvel movies.
Yeah,
like if I have to watch that or freaking like Iron Man 3, I will watch Captain Marvel like 3 times in a row before I have to watch Iron Man 3. I fucking can't stand that movie. I hate watched it a little while ago with Steph. It made me crazy the whole time. Can't stand it. Easily my least favorite. But.
Yeah, I don't remember pretty much anything from Iron Man 3. Just remember
it's terrible.
The racetrack scene. That's about it.
Tony Stark without his suit almost the entire movie acting like he's some super spy. I'm like, dude, since when is Tony Stark a superhero? I thought Tony Stark was like a man with a super suit and a super brain. Yeah. All of a sudden he's like fucking doing kung fu and shit. He's running around like Narc and shit. I'm like, what's going on here, dude? Yeah. I feel like I'm watching Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible all of a sudden.
Awful. And the villain's actually a cool villain too in the comics and stuff, and they just like
better than the Iron Man 2 villain. Iron Man 2's not great either.
Yeah, Whiplash. Yeah.
Iron Man 2's not great either.
Scarlett Johansson in that though, her debut.
Yeah, that was a good debut.
Man.
Yeah,
God Almighty, it was a great debut. Oh man.
And then she obviously blew up in Captain America 2. That was probably her best one. That movie was awesome. Yeah. That movie, Winter Soldier's sick. But yeah, like I said, Captain Marvel, I definitely didn't think was nearly as bad as the hate that it got when it came out. It was like totally fine. Like it wasn't my favorite, like I said, but it was all right. And now at least this time she's going to be mixing up with 2 other superheroes. One of them being Kamala Khan, who's I kind of liked. I didn't love her show, but I liked her, especially in comparison to some of these other new characters that we've been getting, especially from like the kids version. I keep mentioning America Chavez. I'd rather watch Miss Marvel for fucking 10 years straight than have to watch another 2 hours of fucking America Chavez.
Yeah, at least one's a decent actor.
Yeah, it's like, please, God. And she's like likable. She's got like charisma, you know what I mean? She reminds me of like a female Peter Parker, like young Peter Parker, high school, like a fan. But and then we got who's going to be Monica Rambeau, who's going to be playing. I think her name's Phantom now, or I think Photon.
Yeah,
Phantom
sounds right.
Photon, one of those.
Yeah, she leveled up in WandaVision.
Yeah, from passing through like the barrier basically to get into whatever the name of the town was. Again, I'm not going to pretend to.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
Westview.
Yeah.
See, it took me a second, but I got there. Yeah. I got there.
Found it. Yeah, found in the database.
Crossing into that border a couple times, it basically like altered her. I think it's like her DNA code and stuff like that, basically giving her superpowers.
Yeah.
But she was already she did like a superhero land, and she did a little fighting at the end of WandaVision. So.
Right. Yeah, she took on. Did she take on the purple?
Yeah, Agatha.
Agatha.
Yeah. For a little bit.
Nice.
But like I said, I think that's a good idea. You know what I mean? Doing it as more of a team up movie. It was supposed to originally just be like Captain Marvel 2, and then it got like retitled and everything. Now it's like the Amazing Miss Marvels or the Amazing Marvels or something like that.
All right, I'm into it. See what we got.
That's July, and then there's one more. It was supposed to be Blade. Is it still set for Blade? Probably, right? They haven't delayed it yet.
Yeah.
So I think Blade is set for the fall, but the thing is it hasn't even it hasn't been filmed. I think it's still being written. Like.
Yeah, so I feel like they need a year of post-production for all these movies.
Right, exactly. People have already been complaining about the CGI not getting enough time. These people being worked like dogs, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, not great for that.
This one already has it as, like, the one after the Marvels would be Deadpool 3. Like, this already has Blade pushed back after Deadpool 3.
Love that. That would be great. Deadpool 3, that sounds like an awesome year, actually. Ant-Man, Guardians, and then even a little bit of a letdown maybe with the Marvels into Deadpool 3.
Right.
That's some heat.
Yeah, sign me up.
That's a heat year.
And that's all of the next phase, or there's more after that?
Yeah, that's phase 4. That's the beginning of it. And then what else have we got so far now? So we got Thunderbolts. That's the last one. Yeah, so that's towards the end.
The Captain America movie will be in there, too.
New World Order. Captain America, New World Order. Blade is in there. There's a couple of other ones. I think Shang-Chi 2 is going to be in there, I believe. Maybe. Maybe not.
I'm looking right now. Marvel's Captain America.
I know Shang-Chi 2 and like Eternals 2 are both already like in the works. I don't know how far along they are. Everything. There's so many things in the works. I can't even imagine how they can like.
Yeah, they've been maybe too fast lately.
Yeah. I feel like doing 4 movies a year is like that's a big project right there. Like 4 major blockbuster movies in a year is kind of crazy.
And 4 shows, I think they did this
that's
year.
why they need to slow up on the shows. Take a little bit, just do like the specials and stuff. They play way better. You know what I mean? Keep doing it, and I like that they keep doing it around something. Like, you know what I mean? You can do a 4th of July one. You can fucking mix in a whole bunch of things. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of shit you can do. And I don't know, like I like that shit. Like even the other day, I was like, I was mentioning I was like already putting up my Christmas decorations and stuff, and I was just like looking for something to throw on TV that's like Christmas themed. And one of the first things that came to mind was actually throwing on Hawkeye, which is exactly what I did. I ended up watching like 2 or 3 episodes of Hawkeye, just because it's like in the Christmas time. It's a lot of it's Christmas music playing the whole time. They're in New York. You got the huge tree and all that shit.
Cool.
It's like perfect. I'm not like actually watching. I've already seen it. You know what I mean? I'm just kind of just listening and looking when I have a chance. But I liked Hawkeye. I actually I liked it even more too now in hindsight.
Good. I didn't see that one yet either, but
no? Yeah,
watched that one before.
I would say before like
Falcon.
Moon Knight, before Falcon and Winter Soldier. I liked it better than Falcon and Winter Soldier. Yeah, but Falcon and Winter Soldier is definitely kind of. There's going to be some like things from that show that are going to be kind of important. I feel like going forward, like that. For instance, I mentioned that's the introduction of Valentina, who's Elaine from Seinfeld. There.
Yep.
Like her character is introduced. That's the first time that we ever saw her.
Okay.
Obviously, John Walker, he's like their first new Captain America, which is not him anymore, obviously.
Right.
But his character gets introduced, which seems like he's going to be a bit of a big player kind of going forward.
Thunderbolts for him, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of things like that. Obviously, the passing of the shield to Sam Wilson, I thought they did a lot good with the show. I just thought it was a little bit like just a little slow, a little sluggish in some parts. Mm-hmm. But there was like a lot, like all of the action sequences in the show I thought were really dope. There's a few that I thought were like that was dope. Even in the very, very first episode, the show opens up like with Falcon doing this like military mission with the United States, like, and he's just like flying with helicopters and shit through the Middle East, like, and it's sick. Like it's sick.
Cool.
But
right.
yeah,
I'll give it even just to get the most out of the next movies. It's worth going back. So I'll catch up.
Yeah. But if you're gonna pick between those two, especially since it's just Christmas time, I would recommend Hawkeye first, just because you know what I mean, the Christmas vibe and stuff. A lot of, like I said, always Christmas music playing in all the scenes and stuff like that. Hawkeye's trying to get home in time for Christmas, but he's stuck doing this mission with Kate Bishop, kind of thing. So.
Yep.
They talked about her being in Quantumania too.
Who's that?
Kate Bishop.
Oh no, shit, really?
Yeah,
that's interesting.
I don't know what aspect or how you would be able to get her in, but I don't know. Probably like just like a rumor I saw like online or something, but I think she might be in Quantumania.
Interesting. Now she's someone that I went into Hawkeye based on the trailers thinking I'm like I'm not gonna like this girl. I was like there's something
She's
about
the best
her
of the best of the
like.
side characters that have come along.
Yeah, I was wrong.
Like her American Chavez
very
is-
quickly she won me over pretty quick.
Nice.
Right away. I was like, oh, you know what? I was wrong. I misjudged. You know what I mean? I was like, all right, I was off. I'll admit when I'm wrong. I'm a fan. Her and Yelena, I think, are going to be a little bit of a pair going forward at some point too. Which I'm looking forward to seeing. They're going to kick some ass together. But I think that's a little Marvel segment there for you guys, for your Marvel fans.
Lots to be excited about.
Yeah, definitely. Let's go to, what do you guys want to do first? 1899 or White Lotus?
Either way, how far are you into 1899?
I did 2 more. So I had done 3, which we talked about last week, and then I did 4 and 5, which were a lot. Yeah. A lot. Lot has changed. Yeah.
I'll let you guys rip into that because that's the one I still got to catch up on.
Still got to catch up on that one?
To it, so yeah.
All right. So I'll just kind of
floor is yours, gentlemen.
A few more thoughts. But now at this point, I'm literally, I don't know. Number one, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
To the point where, like, I don't know if, like, I'm saying, like, I don't know if, like, if this is, like, a dream. I don't know if this is, like, a lost scenario. I don't know if this is, like, an experiment and we're, like, in some Shutter Island kind of fucking thing. I don't know if, like I said, I don't know if this is a lost scenario where, like, everyone's dead. Yeah. I have no idea what is going on.
Oh, they're all good guesses.
Like, no clue.
You won't have answers to everything by the end of the. You'll have more questions by the end, but it'll answer that one at least.
The second thing, I don't trust anybody. At first, I was like, all right, I got a connection to fucking my guy Jarvis, who's the captain's ship in this show. I got like a tie to him from Dark. Him now, even he's like, I'm like, all right, something's going on with you, dude. Like, now he thinks he's the captain of the Prometheus. I'm also like, these two ships are the same ships, just like at different times, right? I'm like, they gotta be. The kid comes out of the freaking thing. When that happened, I was like, yo, I was one of those times I was like, Captain Steph like this. I'm like, oh, he's in the fucking thing. He's in the thing. He's in the thing.
Zach Barr.
Yeah. I was going nuts. Yeah. This show is making me kind of lose my brain, just like Dark. It's breaking.
And he like paused time when you walked out of the thing the second time, right?
Yeah.
All kinds of crazy shit.
That was crazy too.
Yeah.
Just like grabs the fucking bullet thing.
Yeah.
That was crazy. Or she did that. But I was just like, what is going on? This guy can stop time.
Yeah. I mean, it's by the end of it, it's still unknown what we're doing, but yeah, you'll have some direction at least.
Yeah, which I'm not surprised.
But it's also going to escalate all the way to the end. It's going to get crazier before you get any clarity. But
yeah,
it's fucking cool, man. I would recommend it to anybody if you like. I don't know, if you like Inception or like Lost or just any of that kind of stuff, like it's right on par with that. Tenet, anything with time and like. I don't know. I would recommend it to anybody who likes
mystery,
thinking about what they're watching.
Yep, definitely. If you like even like looking for clues, you know what I mean. If you're someone like me who just like is staring at the screen at all times, just looking at every little intricate detail and stuff like that.
Yeah, and it's a good combo of like the clues, giving you some insight and some info and some theories, but not telling you what it actually is. You know, they drip you with the information a little bit. They give you some fake information. Because none of the characters really know what's going on.
Everyone's completely clueless. Everyone just keeps throwing around like different ideas and stuff like that.
Yep. Did Qyburn show up yet?
So Qyburn's been in it a little bit more as of late. He was in it big at the end of episode 5.
Okay, yeah, I can remember
where 5 was the big ending. It kind of showed that he got that, like, gets the Morse code like signal sent to him, which is like all like the fucking triangles and shit like that. That's got to be like some kind of more, that's got to be from the fucking. That like co-captain guy, I'd have to imagine, because at first I thought that guy was like a clueless idiot. Mm-hmm. Now I think that guy's fucking head of the matriarch for a little bit of this whole thing.
Yeah, he's sneaking around a little bit.
Yeah, I was like, I thought this guy was just a little fish in a big pond. Turns out, I'm like, oh no, he's a little bit of a shock. I'm like, this guy's got some cards up his sleeve, which I did not see coming.
Yeah, they don't explain like the meaning of those notes really, but my theory was maybe that it might have been like a combination you do on that little like dial pad.
Yeah. I promise you, someone on Reddit is going to tell you what it is.
Yeah, probably.
There is some. That's one of the
they
best
translated
things about
the triangles.
too. Yeah, someone's going to figure it out. You know what I mean? Someone will pause that screen like you just said and fucking start just like making their own at home. You know what I mean?
Right.
People are nuts. But like what you said actually kind of makes perfect sense, just in the sense that Dark is kind of the same way as like season 1 ends with this huge, say like a revelation, something that like they've been kind of working towards for the whole season for your brain, and then but when you get that one piece of information, it's like
it just changes everything else.
It breaks into like and then it's like all of a sudden it's like all right, now we have like 50 other thousand things to like, but hang on, oh no, you know what I mean? You just start fucking going nuts.
Well, strap in, my friend, because that's what's coming.
Yeah. I was gonna say like last week I watched 3, and I felt like that was a good point to stop off. And then we watched 2 more this week, and I was like, I think that's a good place to stop for at least for me to like talk about on the show, because
need to process.
I felt like it was a lot. The little boy and the dude that's also wearing the black Pico looks like the captain, but it's not the captain. Those two guys to me, the 2 most interesting characters in the show.
Yeah,
just because there's obviously so much going on with them behind the scenes.
Right, they seem to know something.
Yeah, the scene with he's like got his little, whatever you call it, that little
sidekick thing.
Yeah, I like that. His little sidekick, and he's got it like plugged into like the ship's like kind of mainframe thing, and he gets found by one of just like the crewmen. He's just like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Never seen technology like this in his life. And he's got a flashlight just in his mouth, like he's a casual cop nowadays. You know what I mean?
What is that?
He's like, "Dude, what? Look, he's like seen fire for the first time." You know what I mean? He's just like, "Bro, if you don't go away, like bad things are gonna happen to you."
And it's such a weird combo of technologies too. Like it's analog everything, but then he in this little tiny thing with no display on it, but he plugs it into like this nuclear powered like core of the ship, and
crazy.
It just is very confusing always. You're always thrown off.
Crazy. Yeah. So I'm definitely interested to finish this off so that we can kind of give our final ideas on this, the whole where everything's going. But right away, like I said, those are my first couple thoughts. I was just like, I don't think it's going to be a dream. That feels lame and lazy to me. I don't think it's going to be one of those things. My biggest thought is that Qyburn's running like a Shutter Island.
Yeah.
He's like the head fucking guy, and Qyburn's like, I don't know, like shocking these people, and they're like he's doing it all at the same time or something like that. And he's getting them all to experience the same thing somehow. I don't know. Which that reminds me of Stranger Things.
That's close-ish.
Oh, all right, cool. All right, no shit.
It's not it, but it's close.
All right, word. I'll take that.
Got a good track.
All right. So I got that right away. That's kind of like what I'm dealing with a little bit in the Stranger Things book. It's like a prequel that I've been reading lately, and there's a lot of like the shock therapy and stuff. You're a Stranger Things fan?
I have not seen it.
Oh my god,
I know.
That is insane. Well, you know what? We're gonna need some things to fill some time and talk about, actually. So,
right,
and that's right. You're not a fan either, aren't you?
I wouldn't say I'm not a fan. I mean,
oh, we might be doing like a Stranger Things.
I'm very right in the middle.
That'd be great.
I wouldn't say I'm not a fan, but I wouldn't say, oh my god, Stranger Things is coming out this week. I gotta watch it.
Crazy.
It's like I said, it's all I get.
One of the best shows we're running right now. I love it. Can't get enough. And we have a long fucking hiatus until this next season. They're saying like there's possibilities of like 2025. I'm like,
so if there's a time to get into it, it's right now.
Yeah, if you
want
to.
I mean, I've only seen
I
like the first season. Really, the only thing I've really seen in full.
Oh yeah. Well,
so if there's ever a time to.
Season 1 is like one of the best episodes. I mean, it's one of the best. Even that's the thing, though.
So that's bad that I watched it and I was like,
Season 3 and Season 1 are both fucking amazing. They're so freaking good. This last one was pretty good too. 2 is definitely my least favorite, but they're all good. They're all bangers. I'm just the big layoff is what just scares me the most, just because you have such an attachment to these kids because they're kids, and it's like I don't want them all of a sudden to just be like 25 years old. You know what I mean?
That's what it seems like it's trending to.
Yeah, I know. It's like fuck, we gotta fucking keep this going. But at the same time, my favorite character is Steve Harrington, and like I didn't even realize until like recently that in season 1 he's a senior in high school, and he's like already like he was like 24 or something like that. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, he looked a little old, but he didn't look like that old. You know what I mean? I was like, he's probably like 19, maybe 20 kind of a thing. I was like, all right, well, fine. We'll use some makeup and stuff. But he is Steve the Hair Harrington. He is gorgeous. And he probably has just amazing skin and ages like fine wine. So you can't compare him to other living people. You know what I mean?
He can't be 34 in season 4.
True. That would be weird. Exactly. Yeah. Right. That would be strange. I like that. I like that you said that I'm close though with my 1899 guess because like I said, that was my leading thing.
It's not right, but it's not off base. You got a good path there.
All right, I like that. I'm also very much getting the vibe that we're also like not in 1899, obviously, just because of the whole like technology thing and stuff. I'm like, so this whole thing. Right. That's why I keep going back to it. It's like a setup. It's some kind of like mass fucking social fucking experiment of some kind of crazy shit like that. But all right, I'm very interested. I got it's 8 episodes, right?
It's 8.
Yep. So I got 3 more left. I might finish them off for next week. Do 6, 7, and 8.
Nice.
Depending on how much fucking mind explosion I have. You know what I mean? If I break and handle all 3 episodes.
Right. Is it? I need to watch the next episode immediately, or I need to go take a cold shower and figure this out.
Yeah. This is a show that I feel like you kind of binged it, right? No.
Yeah, I probably watched it in 3 or 4 sittings.
All right, that's not too
but also
bad.
in a week. So, but yeah.
Because I feel like I feel like this and Dark 2 is a show that I like to sit with for a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of almost sort of like how I like with Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon. I like to sit with my thoughts for a little bit. You know what I mean? And kind of just reflect, get a little sleep in. You know what I mean?
Yep. I was very tempted to watch 7 after 6, but I knew I wasn't going to be able to avoid 8, so I waited and watched 7 and 8 together.
Yeah.
So kind of same thing. You need to digest it. And
there's so much info and clues, and it's like if you go so fast, it's like you're just gonna miss something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like to just be fresh all the time. I also got to be like in the right like mindset to watch it too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I got to be like ready to focus. Like I'm not gonna be scrolling my phone and shit like that. Like it's all right. Like babe, you like in the mood to fucking watch an episode or 2? Like all right, let's lock in.
Yep.
Focus down. You know what I mean? Let's pay attention.
Yep.
But I'm enjoying it. I'll tell you that. It's not, at least not yet. It's not dark, but it's good. It's very good. It's very enjoyable so far.
yeah, I need to watch Dark next for sure. It's
intoxicating.
These guys got me hooked on their style.
Intoxicating.
And, from a few like review videos I've seen, like people are pleasantly surprised that it is as good as Dark. Nobody's saying it's better, but they're like, this is equal to the best seasons of Dark, and it's already just season 1, and we can't wait to see where it goes. So
when you do any even especially if you're not someone who's done a bunch, you're not Steven Spielberg or James Cameron, when you do something that's that good, it's like, all right, obviously it's such a hard thing to live up to.
Yep.
But this is by no means like this is living up to it. Like I said, it's not as good, but it's still damn good. It's better than a lot of things that you're gonna find anywhere else.
Yeah. There's also like a 1 hour making of special that they just came out with,
Cool.
on Netflix.
Cool.
And
cool.
kind of interesting thing is they used the volume, that thing that Disney's been using for Mandalorian and all that stuff. Where it's that massive, like, curved IMAX screen that they basically just, like, I don't know how it all works, but they combine images with where the location of the camera is, and it, like, I don't know. But they basically are able to make these people in the environment. The actors can see the sea around them. They can see all the crazy shit happening, and it's more immersive. And there's a lot of interviews about the actors, like, saying how cool it was and how helpful it was, and they don't want to go on site for anything ever again because this is so convenient and just as effective for them. And
as long as it looks as good, you know what I mean? That's actually one thing that I will say that we've mentioned a few times now about Andor that I cannot stress enough is how much better this show looks than Obi-Wan and Boba Fett. And it's very clear that you can tell the shooting on site is a huge part of that. It just looks so much better. You can it just does. There's no other way to describe it. It's just simple. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mando used a lot of that volume thing though, but they mixed the two. They did on site and the volume.
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck they did for fucking Boba Fett and Obi-Wan, but there's just a bunch of times where she just looked so cool.
It wasn't good.
Like, what is going on here, man?
Looks like they were just in a green screen room for a while.
For real. Exactly.
Just no outside environment at all.
It's fucking gross. But yeah, we'll do some more 1899 next week. Like I said, I'll try to finish off the rest of this season here. We can do the last couple episodes, but like I said, I'm really enjoying it. If you haven't checked it out, do yourself a favor and go check it out. It's like we said, make sure put that freaking cell phone down, put it on the coffee table, fucking get your glasses or whatever the fuck you need, and pay attention. Get your little notepad out, fucking start scribbling down some notes.
Turn on subtitles.
Yeah. It all helps. Just be ready to pay attention. It's a good one though. It's a fun time. It's a good time.
Yep.
Crazy
And
time.
I wasn't totally sure about the first one, like when I watched it, but it quickly got me in there. Like,
Hooked you?
Yeah, like I was like you said, sometimes you're not fully focused, but I was 80% watching it, and then it just kept catching my attention. I'm like, all right, rewind to the beginning. I need to know every detail of this thing, and let's get to studying. Let's figure this shit out.
There you go. I think that's a fucking pretty good recommendation to go check it out. From there, let's go into the other show that I have been talking very good about, like since it started. I'm loving this second season. I really
Still
am.
gaining some steam.
I friggin' loved episode 4 last week, and I loved episode 5 this week. White Lotus, HBO, season 2, episode 5. I fucking loved this episode again. I thought they smashed this one out of the park. There was a few times where I was just completely stunned and just like, oh my God. This is, oh man, the female leads in this show are fucking just killing.
Escort's stealing the show for me.
They are. I was saying
both of them are good, but the main one, is stealing the show for me right now.
Yeah, she's awesome, man. She is driving, I would say, like 80% to 85% of the story.
Yeah, and that's the thing. She's so involved. She's involved in everybody's storyline in one way or the other.
Yeah, she's basically the main character in that way, just because she's
overall involved.
Yeah, you said it. She's the straw that stirs the drink. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
She's the one that's causing all the drama and all the storylines. Literally in every storyline, that's not Jennifer Coolidge. That's like the only person. Like they having completely opposite things, which is fine. Yeah. But who knows? But yeah, everywhere else, she's just fucking. Whether it's the the married couples that are coming on vacation, you got Michael Imperioli, his son and his father. You got those three. She's everything at the hotel.
The hotel manager.
The hotel manager. Yeah. She's just got her hands in all these pots, and she's just, like I said, she's stirring the drink. I find her very, very likable. Jennifer Coolidge, obviously, she's awesome. She cracks me up every time she's on the screen. And then Aubrey Plaza, I think, is really showing out. Too,
Yeah,
this season.
I'm loving the tension that keeps growing.
Yeah,
with
this
that
last
storyline.
episode, especially. Yeah,
This episode, she got a little scary.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A little like, oh, fuck, dude. She might
crazy
like,
bitch.
Yeah. What were you saying?
I don't know, and the best part is that with a lot of the storylines, especially those, I couldn't tell you what the final payoff is.
Oh, I know. But
I don't know any. I couldn't give you like a final prediction as to what like these storylines, especially theirs, is going to pay off as. But
yeah, no, I hear you.
I think it's in a good way. It's not like.
Oh yeah, no, they're building. They're building a good little mystery right now.
Yeah.
And the thing is too is like I just said, there's only 2 episodes left, so I feel like these last 2 episodes there's gonna be some freaking fireworks. I feel like there's a lot to fucking.
And then you got even more. I knew something was up with that fucking British dude. The guy, just like the classic.
The gay guys.
Yeah.
Hey, at first I think it was last week. I said I thought they were doing like a fucking blood cult.
No, I meant the one that the assistant is hooking up with.
Oh,
Like it was just one of those like.
Well, yeah, they're all
part of the same, but like knew the guy was too good to be true. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
they were
yeah,
like,
yeah.
all right, there's something going on with this motherfucker
For sure.
Whether it was like when he basically dines and dashes, so if he like gets into trouble that way, or I didn't think that what the payoff is what it was gonna be, but you knew something was up with that fucking guy. Too good to be true.
Yeah, he's basically just like that gay group's like hot young guy that they keep around.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, exactly. That's what they were almost building up.
Like he doesn't have any money either. He's just like a parasite to this rich gay group.
Yeah,
right?
one of them. One of them is his uncle. Supposedly, he's the main one. That's like
Right.
really.
I'm not sure if that's true, but maybe.
No,
Yeah.
definitely not. No,
I hope not.
You watched this most recent episode, right?
I didn't identify which guy he was banging.
Oh, that was
him?
his uncle.
It was
Yeah, I
him?
was like,
Okay.
oh boy, they're getting real ancestral.
I was looking
this
through my
bitch.
fingers, so. Yikes.
But yeah, no. Like I said, at first I thought they were running some like old lady blood cult, like they were staying like young and beautiful by sacrificing the blood of old women. But now it's like, oh, all right, we're running a scam here. We're just scamming all these old elderly women out of their money. I was like, I like it. I like it a lot. So that's gonna be popping off for sure.
You think that's what it is? They're trying to just take all her shit?
Oh, I think so. Yeah, especially
Do you
now.
think that that's who her husband has been talking to?
Possibly,
Do you think that?
Could be a good call, yeah.
maybe, could be.
Like, is he gay too? Is he doing some long con with her?
They both trying to take
That
her money
would be
down.
wild.
He's been doing those secret phone calls since the first season.
That's true. Yeah.
And he said it was Bob the first time in season 1, and he said it was Bob this time too. But I don't know.
Interesting.
I thought at first he was trying to maybe get her to like void the prenup or something somehow, but obviously that wouldn't work if he is having a secret relationship too.
Yep.
I don't know.
If he comes back and he's a part of this whole little this gay lovers triangle that's robbing these old ladies, that'd be awesome.
Yeah,
That'd be hysterical.
That could
I'd crack
be.
up. I would crack up.
I mean that's why a random middle-aged guy would be chilling at the White Lotus, Hawaii, maybe, right? Trying to scoop
maybe.
up a desperate old lady.
Yeah.
Never know.
Yeah. I like that. I just went back actually when I was at work the other day. I had no podcast to listen to, so I just threw on the first episode of White Lotus on my computer, and I just had like the speakers loud, so I was kind of just listening to while I worked. And I didn't realize until I rewatched it again, but that opening scene. So it's not Aubrey Plaza, but it's the other wife. She goes for like that swim, and she like while she's swimming, she like hits the body. So it's like all right. So then we go to the hotel manager, and she's like, all right, well, it's just one guy, he drowned in the ocean. Like, the ocean's not part of the hotel. Like, we're fine. And then that assistant of hers there, the guy that she's kind of always mean to and kind of...
Rocco or something.
Rocco, yeah.
Demote.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Send them off to the beach.
Yeah.
What the fuck am I going to do at the beach?
Yeah.
The Rocco's like, you don't understand. Like, there's multiple guests. And she's like, what do you mean? Like, how many people died? He just says a few. So I was just like, holy shit. I was like, all right. Like, how many people
Aubrey Plaza just goes
actually
nuts,
died?
huh? Yeah.
Yeah, for real. I don't know. I'm fucking, my head's, now I'm scratching. I'm like, all right. At first I was thinking maybe it was just a one body and Aubrey Plaza like killed her husband. But now if there's like a few bodies, like a few suggests more than a couple, which means, two, I'm like, we're talking three? Like,
That's more than two.
and we only see that blonde girl, the other wife, entirely by herself. Like, that's how like it kind of opens up. She's just like down going for one last swim, she says, but she's totally alone. Like, did she fucking kill Aubrey Plaza, her husband, and Aubrey Plaza's husband?
And she seems really like more messed up than you would be if you just saw a dead body. Maybe she was she was freaking out. Like maybe someone she knew. Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Did you recognize? Do they show any shots of the bodies now that you know some characters?
All they show is like literally just like a foot, but even that foot, you can better believe I was like staring. At the foot. I was like, is that old foot? Is that young foot?
Man foot, lady
Yes,
foot?
exactly. Yeah, I'm like, how tan is the foot? You know what I mean? Trying to do my investigating.
Yeah.
But I was like, nah, this is just a very standard white fucking foot. I was like, I got nothing.
Yeah.
Dang it! I'm gonna have to leave this to the better investigators on Reddit.
Yep.
Is it in this one, going back to the British dude, like they're walking through like the village and the assistant says her feet hurt, and then he says something like, I'll rub them later or something like that.
Yes, he does.
Maybe I'm just thinking outside,
Yeah, it's
That is interesting.
Maybe it's like a
Random
small
foot
little
reference for
thing
sure,
to throw
too.
in,
Good call. I like that. There's a lot going on in this one though. I'm really enjoying it. Like I said, I way better than the first season. Like not even comparable. But I can't wait to see what these last two episodes.
I just hope
have
there's
in
more
store.
payoffs than the first season, too. You know what I mean? Like,
I think there's gonna be.
Yeah.
The storylines just how they hold more weight this season than the season one.
For
season
sure,
one
yeah.
was so just like very just vanilla, just common basic shit. There was no fucking real balls to it.
Yeah, I didn't really know what I was watching. I just kind of like went like, all right, they said to watch this. It seems good. So
Yeah.
I really thought it was going to be like a crazy mystery. And
Yeah.
it ended up being, I don't know, more just about like these dysfunctional people like hanging out, and it's more funny and dramatic than mysterious, you know. So maybe knowing what I was getting into a little bit more this year, and it is more mysterious with this season.
Definitely, yeah, because like we said, we have no idea who's going to die, how many people are going to die. There's so many people that could die. I have no idea what to think.
Do you think your girl Lucia is trying to get a ticket to America with?
I do, yeah. I think that she
forget his
knows
name.
Michael Imperioli. I only know the dad, the guy from fucking Sopranos, Michael
Yeah.
Imperioli. But his son, I think Albie, there you go, yeah. I think she already knows that the dad's got some cash and shit like that. This is a nice fucking clean ticket in.
He's an easy target. Yeah.
Nice dude, but
I'm really hoping it's not them. I'm really hoping it's not like them that died. That would bum me out. If it was like the two girls or something like that, that would bum me out. But that's definitely something that I've considered as well.
Yeah, I'm curious to go watch that freak out intro scene again, just to see if there's any other tips, or just seeing her reaction, if it's, you know, just a random body, if it's someone she knows.
Yeah.
I used to get more theories on it from that.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Even that other wife too, though. At first, she was a character I didn't have too many thoughts on. I didn't dislike her or like her. She was just kind of, you know, she was there. She was doing her thing and stuff. But this week, man, after that big scene, that revelation, I was fucking like, oh shit. You ended up sending me the next day on Reddit.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh yeah, you gotta lock that in.
'Cause I missed
the conversation that they were having. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh man, like that ain't his kid, bro. Like, you fucking no trainer, ain't you? I see you, girl. You fucking him good too. You have a baby and whatnot. This is crazy.
I was so confused by that.
what kind of like twisted message she's trying
I send here, but she was just showing him
the child that looks exactly like the trainer she
just described.
Yeah, literally like mentions his exact and like I said, even then, like it starts with Aubrey Plaza saying like, I think something happened. She's just like, what do you mean? Like when? Like when we were gone? Like what? And she's just kind of like, but you know what I'm referencing at. Mm-hmm. And she's like, well, even if something like that did happen, like we just got to do what we do to like make ourselves feel okay with it. Mm-hmm. And then she starts talking about this trainer guy, and it's just like, yeah, all right.
Which just becomes a fucking vicious cycle of getting even with each other for the husband and wife, you know? Like, it's just terrible.
That's been kind of hinted at too already in their relationship. Like when they went to that, when she like basically took like Aubrey Plaza for the day.
Yeah, she's always doing this shit. Let's go crazy kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. It seems like they're always kind of trying to fucking almost one up one another. You know what I mean?
It's a
Vicious cycle.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. But if you guys haven't been checking out White Lotus, obviously we've been ruining a lot of things for you. But go check it out because it's a funny ass watch. I can't wait to see these last two episodes. I'm glad that you guys have not only just jumped in, but I'm glad that you guys are enjoying it as well. Because, like I said, I've been fucking cracking up. The last two especially, I thought they were both bangers.
Leah really likes it too. So if you want something to watch with your lady, they're buying in on it
too.
And the blonde lady, who's Aubrey Plaza's friend.
Oh, yeah, the other wife, yeah.
Leah recognized her from a show she watches too. She's in The Bold Type.
Oh, okay.
On Netflix, I think.
Okay, I gotcha.
But
there was actually her husband, like the fucking real good looking guy there. I think his name's like Theo James or some shit like that.
yeah,
They do like an after show on White Lotus, kind of actually just like they do with House of the Dragon. Same thing. And every single week they just keep like two of the actors. They've always switched it up with like different people. And this week it was him and the wife. And it just took me just totally by surprise. I don't know why, but he just started talking and he was just hella British. And I was just like, what the fuck?
Oh, wow.
I was just like, whoa! I didn't see that one coming at all. I was like, I didn't see that one coming at all.
impressive. I wouldn't have guessed either.
Yeah, I know. I was like, what the hell?
Love when that shit happened. Like Tom Holland was another, you know what I mean? You
Yeah,
didn't know Tom
yeah.
Holland from a hole in the wall until he started becoming Spider-Man.
That's
and then
true,
he starts
that's
talking,
true.
you're like, oh, wow, really?
That's a good. Yeah, that was a good one too. You're right.
Christian Bale is British.
Christian Bale.
Yeah.
That one, he almost has the I don't know, like almost like the look to it. I feel like that one didn't surprise me as much, but still got me a little bit. Most of this because I think I'd already like known him as like the Batman before I knew he was British. So it was
Yeah, I was like,
the Batman. It was just like
Henry Cavill, too. Superman.
yeah, true.
he looks hella British.
Yeah.
He looks hella British.
He looks more like, and I think he is like an option. Like he's like a James Bond looking type.
Yeah,
I think he'd be
yeah.
an
I
awesome
like him a
looking
lot.
James
I
Bond.
could see him sipping like a cup of tea with his fucking walking stick and his fucking big fucking armchair and shit. He's hella British.
Yeah.
He's straight out of Peaky Blinders.
Yeah.
From there, let's get in before we get into Andor. We can talk about it for a little bit. I don't have too much to say on it. The Glass Onion.
Yeah.
Me, Luke, our ladies, and Kalos, our buddy Kalos, who you guys haven't seen in a while. We're gonna have him back on the show. I'm trying to find some ways to work him and Ledoux in. we've just been doing this crew lately because we're the only ones watching Andor, so that's where we're focusing a large part of our show. It just made sense to keep running it with us.
Yeah, need the passion.
Yeah, we're going to be cycling them back in soon. But like I was saying, we hit the movies, got some hibachi first. Hibachi was terrific. Hibachi was awesome. Food, bomb. My drinks, bomb. Great. Get over to the theater, grab a drink at Dave & Buster's. Cold. All right, let's go check Knives Out too. Soon as we walk into the theater, 400 degrees. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
It's a bit warm.
And just like, as soon as I just looked up, I was like, wow, I haven't seen a theater like this in so long. Like, these seats are so just like, this is old. This is an old school fucking theater. Like, this reminds me of fucking like high school.
It was small.
Sitting on top of one another.
Yeah, it was like 9 rows with like 18 seats in a row.
It was tight.
Small.
It was compact.
And not the big sound we've seen the last few times. So.
Definitely not. No, not the
Like, we did the Dolby, and I've done IMAX my last.
Okay.
Like 4 or 5 times I've been to a movie, so.
Yeah,
it was like when you go back to your elementary school or your old playground or something.
I like that. Not as big as how you remember it.
Yeah, it's like the same.
That's a good reference. I like that. But this movie, to me, it didn't have like any of the charm that like the first one did. Like, I felt like Daniel Craig, obviously his character is such what a driving force of the movie is. Just his character, the wit and stuff. And I just felt like this one, to me, was just kind of like, it felt like you were just kind of trying to redo an old trick kind of a thing. Like, it just felt very much like a sequel to me. And that isn't necessarily like a good thing. You know what I mean? It felt kind of played out.
Yeah.
Kate Hudson, I really, really liked. I enjoyed Kate Hudson. And then I think it's Madeline Klein, who a lot of people will know from Outer Banks. She was like Dave Bautista's girl. Okay. I thought the both of them did a good job. I was like into both of their characters. Mm-hmm. The little twists and turns that were involved with them. Honestly, I think it was right around the hour and 10 mark when we find out that the black woman, she is impersonating her sister who died. I was just like, what the fuck are we doing here? I was like, this is ridiculous. I was like, this is so dumb. And it's funny because as soon as we on the drive home, I was talking to Lotus and I said the same thing, and he was just like, it's funny you say that because I was kind of like losing my interest in the movie, and then that happened. They kind of pulled me back in, and I was just like, I was asleep 10 minutes after that happened.
Yeah. I didn't like it because one of the best parts about the first Knives Out was that I feel like it was figure-outable.
Right.
And like the clues were there.
And you can put it together.
But this one is, they drop a random thing like, oh, this person is the twin sister that we haven't met yet. Like
and
halfway through
like,
the movie.
huh?
It's like,
what are we doing here? I'm like, I'm just, ugh.
And I don't think the mystery was figure-outable.
Yeah, no, right. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, they didn't give us the definite crumb trail thing.
It's supposed to be literally like the Clue movie. You know what I mean?
Right.
Fucking.
Yeah, didn't really even let you come up with a theory that you could. Maybe if you thought it was somebody, you didn't have good reasoning for it. You just kind of had a feeling,
The only part I will say, there was one part where Daniel Craig did hit for me really good, which was the scene where he like he figures out like the fake murder and like just like as soon as the party starts.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, that was funny.
Yeah, that was sick. Yeah.
I was okay. That was good. And then everyone's just like, bro, like, do you know how much time and planning I put into this? It's just like for you to shit all over my fucking body in 2 seconds. I was here. That was good. Yeah. I was expecting that. Like I mentioned, I think actually I don't know if we talked about this movie much, but I loved Eddie Norton back in the day. He's obviously one of the better actors. I know he's an asshole, which has been why he hasn't been casted in too much over the last few years, and people hate like working with him. But he hadn't been too much lately, and I like him. And I was expecting more from him. I feel like he kind of like was just meh. I don't know. It didn't hit for me. Like I said, it bored the hell out of me.
Yeah, didn't have the same buzz as the first one at all.
It just
But I thought it was still good. I think it's fine, but it wasn't elite. I really loved it. I really loved the first one.
Yeah, I really liked the first one myself.
I don't think this one matched up at all. But.
Nah, the cast just didn't. Even like the side characters and stuff didn't hit as good as what I mean. Like Chris Evans is awesome in the first one. Mm-hmm. There definitely wasn't anybody like that caliber in this one. You know what I mean?
Anna de Armas and
Michael
Shannon. And
it was just Even fucking the Scream Queen. She had a funny part in the first one there. Oh Jesus, Jamie Lee Curtis. There we go. See, again, people, I'm fighting.
Good pull.
Jamie Lee, but yeah, no, they didn't have the same flair, spark. What made the first one the first one?
And like one of the coolest parts of the first movie was when they like dive into the flashbacks. All right, this is okay. This is what really happened.
Yep.
And that's like where it
Right,
slowed
right.
down in this movie. It's like, this is what really happened. And
Yeah,
they
I know
go
what
into
you're
like
saying.
a 45-minute thing of like,
I know what you're
not
saying.
that cool
Right.
twist. And then they jump back to where we were. And I don't know.
It just felt like they were trying to rerun a trick again. It was just a very, like I said, it felt to me, which people are loving it. The reviews are ridiculous. Which
Really?
the reviews are through the fucking. I think the reviews for this one are better than the first one.
What he
Yeah.
keeps doing?
Yeah.
Like
It's crazy.
That's crazy to me because
crazy.
like Ryan Johnson, the director, he keeps doing this thing where he makes terrible like second movies out of a trilogy because I think they're already approved for a third one.
They are, yeah. They
So
did. They greenlit the two of them like together.
Yeah.
Basically.
So this is the second time now that he's done a second movie out of a trilogy where the reviews are through the fucking roof, and then I watched the last one I'm talking about, and then this one where you're like, I don't understand how this is a good movie or how
What's
it's
the other
getting good
trilogy?
reviews. He did The Last Jedi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Which is a fucking right, which is like just like one of the most insulting movies I've ever seen. Like you want to talk about in this one, you guys said like he keeps like just going back to doing the same things he did in the first one. Like The Last Jedi was different. He was trying to do something that was like completely different from Star Wars. It was just
Yeah.
a huge fail.
Went from trying too hard to not trying enough.
Right, so it's like he does the opposite things, but like yeah, like I said, I just find it's funny that Ryan Johnson keeps doing these things where he makes second movies out of a trilogy, and to me, I think they're fucking dog shit. Like The Last Jedi is like one of the most insulting movies I've ever seen in my entire life.
I love to use the word insulting.
It is. It's insulting for somebody who loves Star Wars as much as I do. Like that movie's absolutely insulting.
I was gonna say that's something I'm hoping for is that they considered this one the setup for like the better story. Maybe they did they had two scripts and they're like, let's do the lesser one first, and that's why they did the awesome scene with Benoit Blanc figuring out the $20 million mystery in 5 seconds and stuff, and
That was like the highlight of the movie for me.
just like adding to his street cred a little bit with this movie, and then the next one can be epic. That's my optimistic outlook, but
Maybe.
hopefully.
Maybe. Like I said, it just felt to me like the best way to describe it just felt like a sequel. You know what I mean? It just felt like a unplayed out version of the original.
And he even keeps doing good ones too. Like I was looking before too at his discography or whatever for direct. So like he did Rogue One, Ryan Johnson.
Okay. No shit.
So amazing movie. And then he does a second Star Wars movie, and it's just like I said, just a steaming pile of dog shit. And he did the first one and this one, which got great reviews and was considered a good movie. And then the majority of the comments and reviews I've seen from this one are the same thing you guys are saying.
Oh no
That
shit!
it just
Okay,
like
most of
wasn't
the things
there.
I've seen of people,
But the reviews are through the
love.
roof, right? Like a lot of the reviews are
people
through the
online
roof.
that have loved it too.
So I don't know if he's fucking paying off critics or what, but
I don't know. Okay, like I said, to me, I don't know about you, but the best part of this movie by far, I don't even think it was up for debate. It was Kate Hudson. I thought she was fucking fantastic.
She was good.
I thought she was great. Honestly, she hasn't done. Obviously, she's another one that hasn't done too much. You know what I mean? And she's usually kind of the one trick pony kind of thing. She's not exactly a girl of all talents. You know what I mean? She kind of does the rom-com-y thing. Mm-hmm. But this one, she was just kooky, man. I fucking loved her. She was cracking me up. She was the only part of the movie that, like I said, that I found actually enjoyable. When she was on the screen, I kind of sat up a little bit. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Got my attention for a few minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I liked Batista too. He was good.
Batista was all right. I always like him.
He was
I always like him pretty much, but yeah,
he was
I don't
a
know.
not realistic character. He was just kind of
Yeah.
yeah.
No,
he's done a good job since switching from WWE to acting roles.
Yeah, I think he picks a lot. I don't know if it's him personally. I don't know if he's got a really good agent, but I think that they do a good job of picking what he does,
right.
Because all of the roles, I'm just always like, he's actually, you actually were the one that first told me about it, but you said that they were trying to do, I think it's a Gears of War, either a movie or a show.
Yeah.
And one of the first things I saw attached to it was he wants to be the lead as Marcus Phoenix. And I was just like,
he looks just like that dude.
I was just like, yep, there we go, baby. That'd be sick. Give me Batista running around, chainsawing fucking
He
aliens.
gets set
and
up
shit.
for good roles. Like I know he was in like Spectre. Like he was like the main bodyguard villain of the James Bond movie.
Oh, okay,
you know what I mean? Like that's
I didn't see that
right
one.
up his alley. But even to do like Drax, like
Oh yeah,
he's done a phenomenal
fucking
job as
amazing
Drax.
He's he's hysterical, man.
So I think he's had a good transition from WWE into the acting roles.
Yeah, no, he's been in a couple things. He's in that show C that I've mentioned a few times with Jason Momoa. He doesn't come in until I think it's the second or third season, but he's like a kind of a bad guy.
Do they fight?
He's a bad. Him and Momoa, yeah, they do. They're brothers. They're brothers.
Nice.
Yeah. They're brothers, but they like kind of got like ended up on very very opposite like ends of the country basically. So they're living in completely different like regimes kind of. So they're gonna end up being like at war with one another.
Cool.
But their father seemed like a real like a abusive guy who kind of trained them both to be like pit bulls, sort of. Anyway, so
Cool.
they're like two of the most like decorated warriors, basically. And then obviously Dune too, which he's going to be a much bigger part of the second Dune.
Yeah,
but he had a little bit of screen time in the first one, and I liked him in the first one too. Just fucking that armor and shit just looks like fucking so commanding. You know what I mean? He's a huge guy. He's just monstrous.
Him and Momoa in that one too.
Yeah. Good call. But yeah, no.
He's 6'6". Yeah, he's a fucking big dude.
Yeah, he is. He is. When you put him in that armor,
Shaking the top rope.
I walk alone.
Yeah, no, he's done. He's done a lot of good shit. I enjoy him. But yeah, like I said, if I like, I mean, to me, obviously, I mean, this is just me. You can have your own opinion. This is why we do the show. But I highly recommend just waiting the next 2 or 3 weeks until it comes out on Netflix. I think it's like December 23rd.
Yeah.
This is not something that I would go out of my way to go see, especially when right now there's a few good things in the theater, and I hope I can go check out some more of them in the next week or two. But it's Devotion, I believe, is the name of it. Which that's when we talked about a little bit with Jonathan Majors, the fighter pilot movie based on a true story.
Yeah,
that looks good. It's also got Hangman in it from Top Gun Maverick, so that's a cool little combo. The Menu is something that intrigues me. I want to check out The Menu, and then I want to check out Spielberg's new movie. It's another one that's getting really good reviews, but it's doing terrible, and it's because it's only on like fucking 600 screens across the country.
Yeah.
So
unfortunate.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna have to travel a little bit out of my way to go see that one if I do, and it's like 2.5 hours long, which is tough because then I have to convince Steph to go see it, and she hates long ones. So.
And the menu too is one I've seen pop up a lot. Like Ralph Fiennes.
Yeah, Lord Voldemort, baby.
Yeah.
And then my girl, Queen's Gambit, Anya Taylor-Joy, she's fucking awesome.
I like her.
Yeah,
she's on a
good.
takeoff too. Isn't she?
Yeah. She was in the North. She's awesome.
I think she's Peach.
Oh, no kidding!
In the Super Mario Brothers. I'm pretty sure.
No shit!
Yeah, I'll double check it.
That friggin'...
Which I know you guys have more to talk about, but that trailer looks awesome.
I thought the same thing. Said the suit.
This movie looks awesome.
Lowe's texted me and Steph in our group chat, and he was just like, "The fucking Mario trailer just came out," and he's like, "It looks like such a steaming pile of dog shit with a bunch of laughing emojis."
No, it don't.
So I popped out my phone.
Bowser looks bad,
and I freaking checked it out, and right away I was just like, "Yeah, what do you want?" I was like, "This." This is pretty cool.
The second trailer that just came out yesterday looks even better.
Oh, I didn't even see the second one.
Yeah, they dropped the second one, and they're doing a lot. It seems like they're doing a lot more like Mario-centered things. Like the end of the first one is like Luigi. He clearly goes into Luigi's mansion.
Yeah.
So they're tying in things like that. And then the end of this one is they literally look like they're on Rainbow Road.
Yeah.
But it's not like in like outer space or whatever. Rainbow Road is like they're.
Right.
And it's all the characters like driving cars, like it's Mario Kart.
No shit, that sounds sick.
And you hear his first like woohoo.
Yeah.
You hear Chris Pratt's like first time saying that. So like
I'm gonna have to try that
it seems like they're going all out, and it looks really it looks good.
Nice. No, like I said, I liked the first trailer right away. I thought Jack Black too.
Yeah, it looks awesome as Bowser.
Thank you. Yep, there we go. I was gonna be stuck on that one too.
Yeah. Charlie Day is Luigi.
That was a good pick.
Like it's loaded.
Charlie Day. Yeah, those are all I feel like those are all like good picks.
Keegan-Michael Key, I think, is Toad.
Is he?
Yeah. You would never know. You would never know it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I don't know who's Donkey Kong.
That is hysterical.
I should know.
That's what? Is that winter or spring?
It's April.
April?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely.
I see who Donkey Kong
I'll definitely check
is.
that one out.
I don't even know if he talks about it.
But yeah, no, like I said, there's a few things that are out right now that I want to go check out. The Menu's been getting good reviews, like we were mentioning. Though that one looks pretty interesting.
Oh, Seth Rogen is fucking Donkey Kong. That's right.
Oh, no shit. Yeah. That one's got a freaking loaded cast.
Oh yeah, it's through the roof.
Yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be a good time, I think. I don't know. Lois likes to hate on a lot of things, though.
He didn't used to be that way.
Yeah. He is smelly.
He goes too close.
He's got a smelly dump in his pants.
I just want to have fun.
There's a character called Cranky Kong. That's Los.
Played by your boy
Should be
Kato.
played by Los. Cranky Kong.
Oh shit!
Change your undies, Los. Change your undies.
He got a big dump in his pants.
From there, do we have anything that we want to do before we dive into Andor? I know you said you wanted to talk about Mario, so we just did that real quick. Is there anything else?
Yeah, that was really the big one that stuck out to me. Like I said the second trailer that just came out yesterday. I'd highly recommend watching.
Yeah, I'll have to definitely.
They're going all out with it, which looks good. So That was a big one. Yeah.
You said you remade your Star Wars hierarchy.
I did.
Maybe
Yeah.
save that for the end, or you want to do that now?
Boy.
Yeah. Maybe are we gonna give like final reviews?
Yeah, we can do final reviews. I have a couple of losers to give out and 2 winners to give out.
Maybe at the end.
So yeah, I'll throw in like the final, my Star Wars list when we go through the reviews.
My review for the show should just be yawn. If I could just put it up, if I could just sum it up.
Yeah.
Yawn.
I
Too
think
long.
what you were saying, I don't know if it was because you said it or I think it finally caught up to, at least to me, like the amount of episodes
Do the show.
and the unnecessary amount that needed them. Like, but
It's been
it
so
took
fucking
it
long.
took until after the prison episode for me to realize it.
Oh man, yeah. I just
Even these last two, I was like,
my brain just goes to the other shows that we've been doing and reviewing. Like right away, my brain goes to Rings of Power, which was like 8 episodes, and I was like, I could easily have done 2 more episodes.
Still the best show.
no
out
doubt
of
about it.
All the ones that we've done. Still the best
yeah.
rated show to me.
Yeah,
Rings
yeah.
of Power.
I would have to agree.
I think this is going to be more like House of the Dragon, is where I was upset by the ending, but I think once season 2 comes out, and if you're rewatching, say you're binge watching Andor, if you can jump right from the end of season 1
into
episode 2, into season 2 episode 1,
Yeah.
I think it'll be a lot better.
Yeah,
But
because there is a ton set up.
Right, yeah, it is.
It's
yeah.
queued for a big.
So I'm a little selfish in wanting more of a payoff than what it ended up being. So I think it's got that same House of the Dragon vibe to it.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I hear you. It's just like I was saying. It's fucking. I could have easily done more episodes of Rings of Power. I could have even.
Yeah, Rings of Power, like I want more now.
Right. I could have even done. I could have done 2 more episodes of House of the Dragon. Obviously, this show I've been out. Like I mentioned it last week, but again this week, like I was like, I waited until like 3 o'clock to start the show. And I was just like, I'm out of time. Like, I have to go set up the room. I was like, I'm physically just out of time. I have to watch this episode. I was like, I would rather
have no other
I was
option.
doing everything else this morning. I was like, hungover as shit. And I was like sitting there. I was like, well, I'm hungover. I could watch the show. I was like, or I could just get up and do stuff and fight through that. And I was
I'll
like,
get to it in
that's
an
my
hour.
option.
And then an hour comes, you're like, I should do this before I watch.
Yeah,
I watch that.
exactly. I just did everything else I could before I had to watch it. I was just like, all right, fine. Let's go watch it. I don't know. I don't know. It didn't do much for me. I'll tell you, there was one scene with my boy B2 that got a reaction out of me when that dude flipped him over. I was ready to kill. That got an emotional reaction for me. That was about it.
Yeah.
Guy flipped over B2, and I was like, "You motherfucker!
It's
you're
on
gonna
now."
Die. Yeah. I was like, "You're gonna die." But aside from that, I don't know. This show just fucking. I don't know.
It's a tough handicap they have where we all know what's happening at the end of it. I don't know. Like we know the
definitely
next
a factor.
100 things that are happening once the show ends.
Yeah, nope, that's true.
But I mean, that's House of the Dragon too, I guess. So it's not the best excuse.
I totally agree. The thing is like I've already mentioned, the show just doesn't feel like I'm watching a Star Wars show almost ever, which I think is what they kind of were going for in some aspects, but I think that they almost overdid it. It's just like I don't know. There's just and every time that they finally get to something that's supposed to be kind of explosive, I always feel like it's underwhelming every single time. Every time, except for maybe the Aldani heist. The Aldani heist was pretty damn good. That was pretty damn good. The stakes felt real. Obviously, that helped because our whole team basically died in it, so that did up the stakes. But there's tons of stormtroopers flowing in. It's full out, guns ablazing. Like you felt like you were in a battle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But since then, to me, I just I don't know. This one again, we kind of were talking about it a little bit before the show. I was like, all right, Andor's finally back on Fennec. All of these people are looking for him. Like the Empire, the Rebellion, everybody is looking for this dude. And he's basically just able to sneak right around town
Goes
and
to
also
his
go
mom's house.
Yeah, goes to his girl's house, goes to his mom's house, ends up getting his girl out. And like I said to you, he takes down 2 guards. 2 guards to break his girl out of this fucking
his mom's
street.
house too. How do you not have that on guard 24/7?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I was just like, I don't get it. I just don't understand. I was like, I thought this was supposed to be the finale. Like, where's Andor taking down? They're like, his buddy there, the construction worker guy. That's what I always call him because I can never fucking think of his name. Like Bassos.
The big dude.
Yeah. I think it's something like that.
Bazos.
Bazos, something like
Basil.
that. Something like that.
Basil. Twins Basil.
Bassos is like, you gotta go fucking take on a whole garrison by yourself. And I'm like, all right. And Andor's like, yeah, like I am. It's like a whole garrison's now 2 guys.
It's like 3 dudes.
Like, come on, man,
Well,
what are we doing?
Well, that was sort of, they kind of explained it with the story. That was like the point of the whole riot in the streets was to draw everybody out of the hotel so he could go save Bix. But
I understand. I understand.
He's like, no, I get it.
I do. I understand, but it's like,
and
it's
Marva-
fucking lame, man.
and Marva loved those tunnels, and they finally came into play.
We have stormtroopers. They are an unlimited commodity. We have billions upon billions of them. We just make more. It's like, don't tell me we're out of guys. We bring in more guys. Get more guys in here. We gotta watch this prisoner. Deidre's fucking watching everything like a hawk. Bix is just gonna fucking walk out of this place. I don't know. And just even like they did such a good job creating the tension. We're gonna get into it, but they do such a great job at creating this tension at the big climax when the rebellion's gonna basically like kick off. And then even that to me, I was just kind of like, all right, so like a couple guys pounded into some shields. One dude hit Deidre with a rock. That was about it.
They made one bomb.
Yeah, like, thank God for that kid. Like I said that. If it wasn't for that kid making that one bomb and trying to blow up some people, man, fucking, I think we're not a
The powder keg.
And a perfect toss.
Oh, shit.
We did nail one thing, though.
Yeah, we did. If that's not a fucking declaration to check out this podcast, I don't know what is, because we said that how many weeks ago?
The last,
As soon as he was working on it, right?
Yeah. That had to have been like episode fucking 8 or 9. Because that was, they break out in, so it was, Aldani was
once
6,
he gets into prison.
7, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yeah, that had to have been either 8 or 9.
Yeah.
So I mean, we've been calling that shit for like 4 weeks, man.
Nailed it.
Calling it for like 4 weeks. And then that was like the end credit scene, and I was like looking for something else. I was like, oh, cool confirmation that we're big brain.
But it's like, I think it goes back to what Luke was saying, too. Like, you know, obviously we'll get into it, but like, we know that that's coming.
Yeah.
So it's not like oh shit,
Take some of the stuff away.
Whoa, like wow, I can't believe this is happening next. Like we know, we know what they're doing at this point.
People were supposed to have the revelation that we had fucking 4 weeks ago, right on the show. We're like, oh my god, he's fucking helping build what he's gonna destroy. How fucking poetic.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, we were on that, man. That's why you listen to us. We're smart. We have big brains.
I'm on that shit, dog.
Not today. My brain's small and leaking booze, but it's fine. We're getting through it. We're already at the Andor review, so we're almost
wrinkly.
We're almost there, Nick.
Wrinkly.
Episode 12, the season 1 finale, entitled Rick's Road. We open up. We open up. I got excited because we open up and it's Deidre. She's flying in. She's arriving on Ferrix. But she's flying one of those like cool ass ships that like I feel like only like the boss guys kind of fly. Like isn't fucking the Emperor or something like traveling one of those men?
Yeah, you know what? There was like a split second where it's the exact same ship that the Emperor like debuts in The Empire Strikes Back.
All right,
Like almost the same thing in terms of how they shoot it with like the ramp thing kind of going down and it's like steamy.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I didn't think he was gonna like debut like that, but there was like a split second where I was like, oh, we getting something like that?
I was hoping for it as soon as we did that. I was like, okay,
Or
now, right away though, like
even if it's somebody coming down from that ramp and saying that like the Emperor's on board or something like that.
something
You know what I mean?
Something.
But it happened. It just happened, and it was like, oh,
fucking bank teller Deidre.
oh, okay. She's
She's
not worthy of a ship like that yet. I think she's a
No,
good villain,
that's
but
what I'm
she's
saying.
Not
I thought
worthy
those were like
of going down
fucking
like that.
for the big bosses.
Yeah.
So right away, instantly disappointment.
Oh, for one.
We see we kind of do like a little, almost kind of like a little jump around to kind of open up and to show where a bunch of our characters are. But we see Bix still in prison, looking real bad. She looks like shit, and we're seeing that the people on like Phoenix are still being like watched. We still have our Empire Guard guy there. He's watching them. We still got Cinta there. She's still hanging out. She's still watching everything like that. They're still following, Basil, whatever the fuck his name is.
Basil Exposition.
Yeah. We go.
Basil.
What is it?
Oh, Basil.
Oh, Basil, baby, twins.
Twins Basil.
Basil.
We go to that little like the ticket taker guy, the dude that Andor talked to basically at the end of last episode. Communications. He's a jack of all trades. He does a lot apparently, but he is going to be talking to Basil, whatever, and he's basically going to be like, hey, yo, like Andor called me last night. Like I think he's headed here. He was just like, dude, did you fucking tell him about Marva? And he's like, yeah, I might have mentioned. And he's just like, well, great. That's why he's coming in. Like, it's not good. He shouldn't be coming in. You should have fucking told him that. He's like, oh, quick conversation. Didn't really have the time. It's like, all right, word. Then we see this new character. We got this new guy, this black guy who shows up, and he's
So I thought he was new.
he's not new.
He's actually the guy that was shaking down Cassian for money at the beginning with the big guy behind him.
No shit.
And so he's kind of turned into a leak for the good guys because he needs money because Cassian never paid him back.
That makes sense. I gotcha.
Yeah, I missed it at the time, but recap videos taught me that one.
Oh shit! All right.
Because they gave him a weird amount of attention in that, and I was confused by it.
I was very confused. I was like, kind of a weird time to bring in a new dude too, like in the finale. You know what I mean?
Right.
'Cause he ended up obviously having a role. So
Right, he strangely is betraying all the good guys, but looks like he cares about the good guys. So,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it makes
yeah.
sense now. But.
Right away though, right in this opening, not his, like you said, we've seen him before, but in this opening scene for this episode. Right away, I was like, all right, so this guy's obviously up to no good. Like, he's just trying to grease information out of you, you know what I mean? He's, like, not even being that sly about it, I don't think. But he's having drinks with, the ticketator guy that Andor talked to on the phone. And he's like, oh, yeah, if you know anything more, like, don't tell me about it. Ha, 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 ha. Like, obviously, like, wink, wink. Like, tell me about it, bro. Come on, tell me more. What you got? Give me the dirty deets.
Right.
And all the while, you know, with like all this is going on, we see that the rebel, like they kind of keep going. They go to him a couple times, but it's the rebel that I believe that Deidre had tortured to death, because we've seen him before a few times. Like he works with Bix a lot. He had a son who was always at the shop too. I believe it's the same kid because they look the same, curly hair and stuff. I didn't look it up, but I'm assuming it's the same kid. We see that he is working on some device, building something. Right away, I was assuming it's got to be some kind of fucking, which is what it ends up being. We already referenced to it, but an explosion bomb. But right away, that's what I was thinking. I was like, all right, what else could it be?
Yep.
Got to be something to make this thing go boom.
Yep. It kind of mirrors the scene at the very end, the after post-credit scene, which starts off with those robots soldering, part of the pieces from the prison onto the Death Star.
It's a good call.
Same. A little bit of mirroring there.
Yep. We go from there and we go to Mommy Martha, who's going to be talking about money, but at least this time it's a different fucking aspect that we're talking about when it comes to money. We're not just talking about the $400K that she's needing. She's going to be taking like a ride with her husband and her driver, which we know that she knows that her driver's a leak.
Right.
So husband hops in the car and she's like, yo, like basically like put the window up, like we want to have a private conversation, knowing full well that he's still got to be able to hear that.
Right.
And then proceeds to call out her husband, who apparently has a gambling problem, for gambling again, basically, relapsing virtually on gambling.
Back on the stuff again, huh?
Yeah.
You come home reeking of booze and where you been?
You smell like strippers.
Yeah, exactly.
You got glitter all over me. Let me smell that cock.
You stink.
The true test.
The true test. But yeah, she's calling out her husband for gambling. The husband's denying it pretty hard on. Like, who did you hear this from? Who'd you hear this from? Someone's lying to you. Yada yada yada. But like I said, she knows that this guy's got to be listening in. So right away, I'm thinking like, is this a con? Is this some kind of a long con here? You know what I mean?
Right.
Last week she did say that she had come up with a solution. I assumed it was just going to be to basically wed her daughter off. But I don't know. Maybe she's got another trick up her sleeve, possibly.
Yeah, I didn't really catch it the first time watching it, but again, on recaps, like it seems like you said, she knew the guy was listening, and she's almost just offering a diversion explanation for where the money's gone. Like she's trying to just throw up a fake.
She's trying
That's
to
what I was thinking.
She's trying to like flush out the rat. Like in The Departed, the scene where like Jack Nicholson he's finally trying to
the flush of the rat.
Flush out the rat.
Yeah,
that's kind of what I got from that. This kind of deal.
Yeah.
She's intentionally saying something to try to get him out. So it's kind of the same thing to me.
Yeah, I think she's trying to
flush
burn.
out
I think
the
she's
rat.
trying to burn her husband rather than kind of selling off her daughter. It seems like that's what I was thinking. But
yeah, I thought it was more protecting herself at the expense of her husband. I don't think it's anything against her husband.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good way to put it.
She's trying to protect the bigger picture, but he's the guy. He's the scapegoat. He's the guy who is.
And she clearly doesn't care about him
whatever.
enough to not I think she's willing to not sacrifice him, but
yeah, she doesn't love the guy.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Off,
she's not very loyal to him.
no, they don't have a very tight relationship at all.
Yeah.
So I wasn't too surprised, but right away I was like, okay, Mommy Martha, I like this. At least we're doing something different than just discussing the same thing.
Well, I get the credits.
All right, word. And like I said, I thought it was pretty sneaky because we already mentioned, like, she told Luthen straight up. She's like, oh, yeah, my fucking drive is a rat. Like, he's been following me around. Like, not following me around, but keeping tabs on me or put back to the Empire and stuff.
Yeah.
So right, it's like, as soon as he hops in, she, like, says it too right away. She's like, put the window up. We want to have a private conversation. And the husband's like, oh, great. What the fuck did I do now? Mm-hmm. But it's like...
As he rolls in late with his mixie.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like, all right, like, this has got to be...
It's a show.
A plot, a con, yeah, like something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we didn't see too much of Mon Mothma in this finale. I think we went to it like one other time, and it was pretty
so great. We get to start season 2 with, how do I get these credits? How do I move these funds? Great.
We go back to Ferrix, and we see that Vel has arrived. She's back with Cinta, and Cinta's gonna. Well, actually, first Vel tells her, you know, like, hey, like, things are about to pop off, basically. Like, I know you've been here keeping tabs on everything, but everyone's heading here now for this fucking funeral, basically. The Empire, Luthen, we think Andor's coming too. And Cinta's like, all right, word. Well, guess what? You should also know that Deidre showed up yesterday. She, like, Vel didn't know her, like, specifically, but she, like, all right, word. Not surprised, it seemed like. So it seemed like they might have, and Luthen wasn't surprised either, because he's going to find out the same info. Right. So it seems like maybe that week that Luthen's got, maybe he's like, hey, there's a new fucking hard-ass fucking officer that's fucking chewing on you guys. You know what I mean? Be on the lookout for her.
Yeah, I think he briefly mentioned her in that
the elevator. He might have already, yeah.
But
because Luthen, like, he's like, when we get to Luthen, he says like, is it a girl? And she's like, yeah, it is. He's like, all right, I fucking heard about that bitch.
Yeah, that bitch.
But
I think I knew who that bitch was.
I think I know who that bitch was. Oh man, I seen a couple kids come around the corner with their eyes redder than the devil's dick.
Yeah, so that will help you identify that bitch.
Yeah.
I think I knew who that bitch
know
was.
that. What is that from?
I've been smelling something in Mr. Potter.
Oh shit!
Right, on track. Stay on track.
But Vel is not the only one that's arriving back on Andor. Like we kind of just mentioned, everyone's going to be showing up here. This is a big moment. This funeral. Now we got Andor. Andor's arriving back on Ferrix for the first time in a grip, and we see that he's going to sneak, kind of like what I was saying earlier, very easily. It seems like he's able to sneak back into Bix's. I don't know if you want to call it a backyard, but it's a backyard kind of vibe. He's got to jump a fence, kind of a thing. Yeah. Right away, though, you get these two ugly-ass, like, fucking Star Wars space dogs. Fucking chained up like pit bulls, but they were fucking nasty motherfuckers.
Yeah, got a, like, 3-foot wide mouth.
Yeah. Fucking gross. Almost like demodogs. For fucking shout out Stranger Things, even though you guys don't watch Stranger Things.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
We'll get there. And then this dude, Pegla. Is this guy new, too? I didn't recognize him.
The name's familiar. I think he's maybe the guy who was helping, or, like, told him he couldn't take the ship out again.
Okay.
Like, in episode 2 or whatever. He's the guy who ran, like, the junkyard.
It's a perfect example of how long the show is. We've had characters from episode 2 that I just don't remember because it feels like 3 months ago that I first met them. It's just like...
Yeah. We thought we were just dumping them in the past, but...
Yeah, no.
Gotta remember.
All back. Yeah, great. No problem, dude.
You know what I did kind of like, too? It goes a little bit back. I think it's when the kid's building the bomb. You hear the one of the guys from the original Aldhani heist. The guy from End of the Fucking World.
Oh, yeah, James.
You kind of hear his, like, I don't know if it's from, like, if he was, like, writing a book or whatever it was. But
yeah.
I did like that you hear
his manifesto.
Kind of like his manifesto. Yeah. I did kind of like that you could hear that, and they do some other things, too, later on. Yeah. Touch back to the Aldhani heist.
It was a good little speech.
I thought that was cool.
Yeah, it's the one little bit of info I got is the speeches if you want to get into it later.
All right, nice. Yeah, I was like, that's some good quotes. But Pegla kind of comes out, fucking, he kind of calls off the dogs, and right away he's like, yo, like, Andor? They're like, all right, what's going on, dude? He's like, I'm just here watching the place until we're able to sell. And Andor's like, sell? What you mean sell? Like, where's Bix at? And he doesn't say anything, but then it kind of, like, goes black, and obviously, you know, he gets the rest of the information, but it's just like, oh, fuck, shit. And then actually, that's when they do the monologues right after that. He goes back to his crib, and he's playing, it's almost like a Star Wars version of, like, a cassette tape kind of thing. It's like a little handheld... Or maybe even like it seemed almost like it might have been like a journal kind of a thing, like an audio journal, you know what I'm saying? Like a vlog sort of a thing that he was just like saving thoughts on before he died, and it like because they that was supposed to like go to Andor. Someone gives it to him, and they said Nemec wanted you to have this. Yeah,
right after she's with Vel, he kills the guy. Him and Vel separate. And she's like, all right, before you go, here's Nemec's manifesto. He said you're the guy who needs it.
Yeah, I think he did because it was inspiring, kind of a little motivational thing, kind of just talking about the Empire and what it's going to take, kind of to take them down.
Yeah, and it is kind of a powerful representation of what his whole thing was. That of like, there's all these little insurrections going on, and it's just they're gonna keep making like zero to very little bit of progress.
Right.
But eventually, it's gonna be one of those little things that breaks the empire.
It only takes so more.
And
so much.
Yeah, and he thinks that Andor could be that guy, and I don't know. I think it's a good story.
I thought it was cool. Like Seth said, I liked the idea of just bringing him back to do that. Nice little. That was one of the kind of ties from earlier in the show that I did like, rather than bringing back these characters that we haven't seen since episode 2 to like play roles in this episode. But not like Basso's, obviously, because that's a character that like we've kept up with like the whole entire series. So it's like, okay, we can use him in the finale. It makes total sense. Right. But like that dude, now that you mention that, I'm like, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. But like,
it was
fucking came
less
back
than
to
a
that.
minute scene from episode 1.
Yeah, this Pegla dude too. He had like a pretty big part in this episode.
Yeah.
Played a pretty big role. Again, I was like, I don't know if you're just somebody new or somebody you've seen before.
Yeah.
But after James's cool little monologue, we kind of see Andor. He kind of like just kind of takes off. He kind of like leaves, but you get the vibe that it's like, all right, like he kind of gets it now. He's invested. He's ready to go. Like he's ready to take on the fucking Empire.
One more small thing I'll say is that it seems like a lot of his stuff that he used to motivate the guys at the prison also came from this thing.
Okay, I got
kind
you.
of maybe seems like it's like not the first time he's listened to it. Like he's been kind of listening to it a lot.
Keeping him going.
Stuff like
what do you call that? Like a mantra.
Yep. So like one of the key ones is oppression is the mask of fear, which is exactly like power doesn't panic.
Yep.
It's the same thing. Like if you're actually powerful, then you don't need to overreact.
Right.
Yeah. And if you're not afraid of the people you're oppressing, then you don't need to oppress them so hard. The more afraid you are, the more you need to oppress. And
that's exactly what the Empire is doing.
He's really just translating Nemec into all of his stuff he's doing now and like carrying the torch for him.
I hear you. Yeah.
Pretty
definitely.
cool.
That's definitely what the Empire is doing right now. They're just cracking down insanely hard.
Yep.
We go to Deidre and her kind of Imperial offices, and they're going over their plans for the funeral and how they're going to catch Andor. We find out the name of the episode, Rick's Road, is going to be the road that they basically gave for the funeral procession that they have closed down. And they're allowing like 40 people, they say, which I'm like, I thought this was supposed to be like an important girl for Fenrix and stuff. I think there's going to be more than 40 people there. 40 people is like not that many people.
No.
But like I said, they're kind of going over their game plans and shit. And one of the Imperial officers, is like, all right, we're going to have, I can't remember the first thing he says, but I think he says something like, so we'll have troopers on the ground and then we'll have like snipers in the buildings. And she's like, nah, no snipers. Like, cancel that shit. Like, I don't want that. Like, we have to catch this guy alive. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yep.
And you can tell the Imperial officers is like, okay, like I guess, like you're in charge here, but like we can just snipe this guy in the face.
And it's a constant. She has to fight Qyburn about the same thing later. Like,
yes,
it's a weird thing that everybody just wants to kill all the important people before they talk to him.
Well, the reason why is actually what we're going to find out in our next scene. We're going to go to a character that we haven't seen in a little bit, but I did know, which is Blevin. Blevin is the man that Deidre basically took his job right from him because she was better at it than he was. So we see now that he is discussing the Mon Mothma conversation to actually, prove what we said earlier, that Emily's right. They were listening. So now they're kind of going over this little information, like, all right, this guy's gambling again. Like, that's kind of weird, yada, yada. All right, keep an eye on it. Just keep doing what you're doing. But they let us know that, like, we were right, kind of. Like, they are listening in.
And he said that his banking moves have been suspicious lately also, yeah. So,
all right, perfect. Yeah, sketchball. Trying to already build that little full credit fucking plot line that Mon Mothma is clearly working at.
Yep.
But then we find out that the rebellion raid that the Empire knew about went through as the Empire hoped it would. It was like a total slaughter, basically. All the rebels that came just got fucking wiped out. Literally, like, wiped out. No one to give any information about. And sure enough, Deidre was furious.
Yeah.
Which is what we're just mentioning with the snipers. She was kind of saying, the fucking dead guy doesn't talk. This is a rebellion. There are so many people. We're looking for this Axis guy. We're looking for Cassian.
Right.
How are we supposed to find them or get more information about what they have planned or where they are or what they're doing if you're fucking killing everyone that's in these things?
Yeah, it's almost a function of them just not feeling threatened. Like they feel like it's not a bigger picture.
Yeah.
Like they're like, all right, here's the guys coming up. Let's squash it. But it really is. Call. It really is like a million, nicks that.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a good call. Yeah. That's when you see that she's kind of butting heads a little bit with Qyburn, sort of.
Right.
she's kind of like, yo, like, what are we doing here? And Kyron's like, yo, like, just fucking take care of the Fennec shit, and then you'll basically be able to have a lot more swing, you know what I mean? Your stick will get a lot bigger if you pull this off. So just focus on what you're dealing with right now, and we'll talk later.
Right. Acknowledges her point, but also shuts her down.
Yeah.
And tells her, yeah, keep doing what you're doing, and maybe you'll have a better point next time.
Yeah, he's got fucking people he's answering to, too, you know what I mean? Kyron ain't the top of this chain. He's got his own bosses.
Yep.
To continue our arrival party, we have Luthen now. And Luthen has also arrived on Ferrix. The Empire Guard that's been watching Ferrix, like he's now watching the construction friend. He shows up at Marva's house, and he was like very much expecting it to be Andor because he like radios in. He's like, it's not fucking him. They're like, what do you mean it's not him? And he's like, it's fucking somebody else. And he just like grabs B2 and like takes B2 out. But I was just like, all right, where it is? Like, make sure we protect B2 at all costs.
Oh yeah.
I was like, at this point, I was like, was he just hanging out here by himself? Like Marva's dead. I was like, you just been like a dog without an owner, just chilling at home, fucking rolling around the house. I was like, poor guy, he must be depressed as shit.
Seems like he might have known how important his like the Marva message was. He was trying to protect himself a little bit. Maybe.
Ooh, I like that.
Maybe.
That's a good call.
He did insist on not
like
leaving
that.
the house in the last episode. He's like, nope, Marva.
I like that. That's a good call too, Luke. I like that. It's a good idea. We go to Andor, and he is meeting up with his buddy Bassos, they haven't seen each other in a while, not since episode 3. Yeah, when Andor leaves Ferrix for the first time. And we see that Pegla, this guy that I don't know again if he's new or not, but he's kind of keeping lookout. It looks like they're in some sewers. It's kind of gross. But Cassian's blaming himself for Marva's death, and Bassos is like, dude, that's exactly what she said you were gonna say, and then he kind of gives her a nice little speech on her behalf.
Cool.
But there was one line that I wrote down that I really did like. She's basically Marva said that once he basically puts it all together and figures it out, he'll be a figure for all out good. He'll be oh my god, when he figures it all out, he'll be an unstoppable force for good.
Yeah.
Which I liked. I thought that was a fucking pretty badass. Like, all right,
Yeah.
that's a
Said
cool way to say you'll be a hero. Basically, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Said unstoppable force for good.
Yeah. Something about like you've seen all you need to see, you've thought all you need to think or whatever.
Yep.
And now you're an unstoppable force kind of thing.
Once you put all the pieces together.
Yeah.
She's
Very cool.
She's been building herself a little rebel all these years. He just didn't know it yet.
Yeah, she's not wrong. He's a key dude, as we all know. Which
Yeah.
is, I don't know, it's kind of one of the perks of knowing the ending.
Right.
You kind of see him
True,
becoming
true.
that
You
guy.
can go back and forth for
You
sure.
get
Yeah.
get a little bit of an advantage in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've seen it a couple times already in this show, and we've talked about it a bit, but he does it again in this episode. But he, again, just shows fucking quick trigger finger, man. He doesn't fucking care. He doesn't mess around. He doesn't care if it's Star Wars and eyes. Like, I'm going to fucking shoot you dead. Later. Bye.
Yeah.
Shoot first, ask questions later.
Yeah.
And then Cassian is going to leave his buddy Bassos here. He's going to basically, all right, I'll see you kind of later, but I'm going to go try to save Bix. And he's just like, bro, you like crazy? Like, she's getting heavily guarded. Like, you're going to have to go up against a whole garrison. And he's just like, yep, cool, see you later. I'm doing it.
Yeah,
So that's when I started to get a little bit excited. I was like, all right, word, like, let's go. Let's go up against an entire garrison by ourselves. Like, let's fucking run and gun. Let's throw some grenades. Let's see some stormtroopers get blown up.
Nah, guy.
No. I guess a couple did get blown up, but not by him. We hop to Ramsey and Mosk. We have a couple of reconnections this episode that I think about. We see Vel and Cinta back together. We're going to see Luthen with a couple people that he hasn't seen in a while. Vel, also Cassian. There's been a few other ones, too, though. A few people have been Cassian and Bix.
Yeah.
Cassian and all his friends, actually. Cassian and B2. A lot of reconnections in this one.
Yep.
But we
Wrapping
get
it up.
Ramsey and Mosk back together, which I liked. I liked Mosk the first time he was on the show. He just kind of made me laugh with this thick ass like accent and shit. Yeah, Mosk. Sir!
Sergeant Mosk.
Hey, he didn't do a whole much this one.
No, he didn't. But we're gonna get to it. But the way they left him made me very curious.
Curious to hear your thoughts on
We
that.
see that they're just traveling together. They don't talk or anything. They do that little hat switch, which I didn't really know what to take of that.
So I think that was... this is also what I got from like after video, but in like the earlier episodes, the Mosk had Ramsey had the orange brimmed hat, which showed him as the commander.
Right.
And this guy Mosk had the regular hat, and I think he was switching it, so Mosk was the commander this time.
Okay. I got
So he's like, I'm in charge of this one. It's probably for his safety a little bit,
Right.
but yeah, he was. I don't know. That was just them
Little
kind of swapping
switch.
command. But
Yeah.
that was a weird little exchange there.
Yeah, I did.
Don't look at each other, just like
No words.
yeah. wasn't clear.
Both just kind of have like real little smirks though. Like they're just like, yeah, okay. Just like, okay, whatever.
I'm in disguise now.
Yeah, for real. It's like straight out of Lego Star Wars. I'm in disguise now. They don't know it's me. But you got to imagine that they're traveling to Ferrix too. That's where everyone's going. So that you just got to imagine that's where they're headed.
Yep.
We see the whatever you want to call him now, the man that's from Ferrix that I thought was a new character, which Luke was kind enough to fill us in. But he's kind of the Imperial spy, the little leak that they have here on Ferrix.
Right.
He's spying on Pegla. So he's I don't know how he found out about Pegla. Maybe because he's been watching Bix's house. Maybe just a little lead, but he's on the right trail because obviously he's the guy who's directly helping Andor. You know what I mean right now. So I was like, oh fuck, this ain't good. We see Luthen and Vel. They reunite, like we were just referencing earlier. First time they've seen each other in a little bit. Luthen wants to know if Andor's shown up yet. Vel tells him about Deidre. This is what we mentioned earlier, and he's just like right away, like, "Oh, is it a woman?" And she's like, "Yeah." Like, how did you know? And he's like, "We said heard about that bitch before.
I know her.
I know her. She's gonna be a little bit of a
That
problem."
bitch.
We find out though that Luthen, just like we mentioned, we found out a couple episodes ago, he wants Andor dead. Considers him kind of like an open end, something that could track back to him if the Empire was to get his hands on him.
Yeah,
Could be a bad thing. So trying to kill him. Like Vel was ordered to kill him. He's here to kind of do it himself.
yeah.
And we find out that the ceremony is going to be starting once the Anvil player starts playing. And that's exactly what's going to start happening right now. We found that out a little bit earlier. They go, that's the Anvil's going to be playing and shit like that. And then they're having this conversation, and we get the big guy, and he's going to start hammering away on this motherfucker. And it's like, all right, showtime.
Yep. Very ominous. Another cool thing is, I might be jumping the gun again. I think I'm on cue here, but the whole band warming up beforehand.
Yeah, that's right where we go to. Yep.
I'm pretty sure that's all the sounds that have been all the intros for the season.
No shit.
Like every intro kind of changes as the Andor
yeah.
logo comes up on screen, and it's all those like warm up.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's all like those warm up clips.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I fucking never obviously would have put that one together, but that's a cool little
Same
little
right.
tidbit.
That's the internet one, but
Yeah, man. People on fucking Reddit. They're an unbelievable breed.
But I thought that
I
was
love
cool.
them, but they're crazy people.
yeah.
But right away, I was like, all right, I should lie. So the only time I got a little bit of emotion running through me was when B2 got fucking kicked over. But at this moment right here, for some reason, I don't know why, I got a little excited. It was for no reason. It was for
You're optimistic again.
Yeah, exactly. It's my stupid fucking brain. You're absolutely right. It's my dumb head. I should have known what was coming. It was kind of boring and lackluster.
Deidre's dying. I can feel it.
Band players start like kind of, they're warming up. Then we see them kind of start marching off, and we see like the procession kind of start to form. Mourners, friends, family. We see that Andor is overwatching from some little tower, like fucking underneath the tower. Though it was freaking very cool. I was like, "What are you looking at, a floorboard or something?"
I think it was those tunnels that Marva was mentioning over and over. Like
Yeah.
that was like the thing she was working on as a daughter of Ferrix.
Okay,
And
that
so
makes
that's
sense.
kind of why he was able to be so sneaky.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
like
yeah.
where him and Basil
Very
met up.
Targaryen tunnels there. Fucking like
Yeah.
Daemon's been sneaking around all season.
Exactly.
I like that. But everyone that's arrived now is here. They're all overwatching this from some different like angle. We got Luthen and Vel. Luthen's kind of in hiding. We got Deidre and the Empire. They're here. They're hiding. Cinta's here. She's watching everything. Ramsay and Mosk are here. They're watching.
Yeah.
The son of the Ferrix man that was tortured to death, who was making that device at the beginning of the episode. We see that he's here. He's in the procession as well.
Yep. The black dude who was the leak.
Yep, he's
from the window.
everybody's here watching this ceremony start to kick off. Bassos is the one that's going to be carrying the brick of Marva, which we found out that's what happens when you die here.
Right.
Basically get turned into a brick to be used in the city wall.
Yeah.
So Bassos is the guy who's carrying her coffin.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, we have all of our characters in the same place for very much the first time in this show because people have been very scattered out. It just, the tension was built well. That's what I was saying at the beginning of the episode. That they did a good job of building the tension. The way that they have everybody here, the anvil guy fucking just hammering on this fucking thing, the rest of the band playing.
Yeah. You just wanted it to be more epic.
Yeah, but the buildup was good. The
Yep.
tension was definitely created. Absolutely created.
Yep. And it wasn't terrible, but I'm with you. It could have been bigger. I don't know why they wouldn't make it bigger.
It wasn't terrible. Nothing about the show has been terrible.
But I think it's sort of on Nemec's thing where it's like a million of these miniature insurrections add up to the straw that breaks the camel's back kind of thing.
Yeah, that's also what Marva's going to say a little bit, kind of in our speech too.
Yep. Yeah, they totally mirror each other.
Yeah. The other thing that I right now in this moment that you really take away is that Deidre's really drilling home again, though, that whole, like, we are taking Cassian alive. Like, she's telling, like, the troops that are basically going out into the town, like, fucking, I don't care if anybody else has been whispering other things to your ear. Like, don't fucking shoot this guy.
I need to talk to him.
Yeah, for real. But we see that the funeral procession, you know, like, they're making their way through town. As it is, it's definitely building up steam. It's just gathering more and more and more people. And eventually it's coming down that road that, like, the Empire has cleared off for them. I'm like, this is way more than 40 people. I'm like, this is an army, basically. They're, like, filling the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple hundred easily. I wouldn't even be surprised if it was more. There was a lot of motherfuckers. They just kept coming. But the Empire, they kind of start setting up, like, a blockade. I guess it's, like, to signify the end of the... They did say they closed off the road for them. So I was like, all right, that's just got to be, like, basically the ending of the closed road, like, to signify this is where the procession ends, kind of a thing. But it looked kind of interesting, just the way that they were, like, marching at them. I was just like, something about to, like, pop off right away? Like, are we even going to have any kind of version of a funeral service? Because this looks like we're just this just looks like two armies marching at each other.
Right. Yeah, Daedra's don't shoot them instruction almost kind of let it happen.
Yeah.
Like, if they were their usual Empire selves, they would have,
maybe,
like, fucking shut it down as soon as more than 40 people started walking. But they were kind of, like, looking for Cassian to show up, and... I don't know. They let it escalate much farther than they should have, for sure.
Yeah.
The second that there's... I don't know. It was very organized.
Yeah.
You'd think they would have seen some bullshit rising.
Especially since they've been having spies here. They've been keeping tabs on everything. They have a bunch of Empire, basically, resources now on Ferrix for the last couple months. Or however long it's been since the beginning, which I have to imagine has been months.
Right. But then they wait until the end of Marva's speech to
finally do something.
To engage, yeah.
Yeah, and it's the guy that's been kind of, you could tell he was the one that was like, I got the snipers ready to go, you know what I mean? What do you mean, no? Yeah. Now he was like, all right, enough! Shoot them all! Fucking loses his mind. He's a nut job. But yeah, now we get to the end, like, we kind of get to the end of this road, like I said, where the blockade is, and it's like, all right, now things aren't going to pop off, but we're actually going to start doing this actual, like, funeral service kind of a thing. All the while, though, this dude just fucking hammering on the anvil, which I liked. We actually mentioned that in one of the earlier episodes, too. This guy's pretty badass.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
There's a chance that's Bhaskar, or I don't know, I can't remember the word. The Mandalorian metal.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Bhaskar?
Bhaskar.
Yeah. There's a chance.
That's why it echoes so loud and shit, too. Yeah. Carries the fucking vibration.
That would make it very valuable, which would be unrealistic, but it looks Bhaskar to me.
You know what else I liked about this little march, too, about the procession? Not just the way that it looked like the army, like, on army thing, but you know who was leading the procession was B2. I was like, hell yeah, he is, baby. My guy up there at the front, he was leading the marching band. He was just like at the front, all the band's playing behind him. I was like, yeah, B2, get it, baby.
Yeah.
But we kind of, all right, like I said, you know, this thing's actually starting to kind of pop off. Not pop off, but the funeral service kind of starting to pop off. Bassos is at the front there. He's got the brick kind of holding it up for everyone to see. Everyone's on watching. And then B2 is going to shoot his little hologram. His little hologram of Marva. Marva's left us a nice little goodbye message, basically.
Yeah, pretty powerful.
Yeah, definitely is. That they're going to, play for everyone to see. The Empire is going to hear it. It's playing through all the speakers everywhere.
That's how I want to do my funeral, man.
Yeah, no shit. No shit.
Speech.
Yeah, the speech was good, too. Marva basically, Marva's going to be the thing that kind of sets the people in motion. That's what they were just needing, this last little push, and she kind of said, hey, I know it's easy after you died for me to be the one that's saying that. It's easy to go fight, but it's fucking, we've been asleep for too damn long. We let this happen, basically, you know what I mean? And she's like, it's time now that we put an end to it.
Yep.
And she goes, if I could go, but what is that? If I could go back, I think it was, if I could go back, I'd wake up early and fight these bastards. I was just like, hell yeah, let's go.
Yeah. Perhaps it's too late, but I'll tell you this. If I could do it again, I'd wake up early and be fighting these bastards from the start.
There you go.
Fight the Empire.
Fight the Empire. Yeah, it was good. It was definitely a pretty rousing speech. I liked it.
Yeah. And it just kind of gives you I don't know. Anybody who has something that they wish they could have done, I feel like it's all something that they kind of are on the brink of doing, and then someone who died says they wish they did it, and that's just kind of like the thing that brings them over the edge,
Yeah. I think she also kind of taking a little bit of accountability, not her, but the planet of Ferrix, kind of taking some accountability for this. Like she said, We like let our trade routes open. We took their money. Like we kind of allowed them to start to create this foothold that they now have. So like in a way, it's our responsibility to fucking shut it down now.
Yeah.
So I liked that too. I thought that was a different angle. You know what I mean? From just a pure like they're evil. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like you said,
I liked that a little
we
bit.
let it grow, and now it's here. It's here, and it's not visiting anymore. It wants to stay.
Yeah.
The Empire is a disease that thrives in darkness.
Thrives in
It is
darkness.
never more alive than when we sleep.
That sounds like fucking Bane.
Yeah.
Darkness
cool.
is your ally.
Yeah, and then there's a cool allusion to Jedi there too.
Is there?
Not dark.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
You know, Empire is a disease that thrives in darkness.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's a good call. I like it. And like we said, as he's playing this, you can see that the people now are starting to get a little bit riled up, and that fucking Empire officer who was definitely wanting to have a little bit more heavy security here, the sniper guy, he finally has had enough. He like go fucking runs over, and in the worst attempt of all time to cover, I mean,
I know
B2 is shooting a hologram out, and it's like the fucking like a projector screen.
Yeah, that was pretty weak.
Like a fucking, you know what I mean? It's not like he's not covering like a 50-inch TV with his jacket. He's covering a fucking projection screen. And he like tries to cover it with his jacket and just misses the entire fucking hole.
Gets
Just
like
misses it.
10% of it.
Like, dude, what are you doing? Your jacket's huge. The hole's that big. Just don't be retarded. Like, it's pretty easy to do. And then, because he's so mad at himself and being such a loser failure, he takes it out on B2 and flips him over. I was like, you gotta be joking. This guy needs to die. I was like, somebody grab this dude and kill him right now. Bash him over the head with a brick, shoot him, do something. But he needs to die. The only person on this show that I give two licks about is this fucking droid. And I was like, what the
I think
fuck?
the rebellion wouldn't have started if he just properly put his cloak over P2 Evo.
Yeah. Just missed the fight the Empire line.
Yeah.
It would have been good.
For real. But as soon as he flips B2, man, that's you know what?
That's the powder keg there.
Yeah,
That's
the
shooting
straw that broke the camel's back.
That's
dude.
shooting Gabriel Princip right in the middle of the street. And fucking, that's all it took right there. The powder keg's been lit.
Everyone just feels like I do. They saw B2 get flipped, and they're like, all right, it's on now, baby. Let's
Oh,
go.
hell no.
Yeah.
He did not.
Oh, man. But skirmish full-on breaks out. The melee happens. You see the
You were a little disappointed by the violence level. It seemed like they were so prepared, but they weren't prepared at the same time, which I agree with.
Yeah, it was like they would just... So the Empire has that little blockade, so they got these, like, riot shield, basically, guys. The Ferrex people are just, like, charging at them, and they're just kind of having, like, a little shoving contest. A couple of guys getting beat up.
Yeah, some punches, some rocks.
Yeah, nothing crazy, though. Nothing crazy. And Bastos does, like, crack like, one stormtrooper with the brick, which I was like, all right.
With the Marva brick.
Right.
With her ashes in it.
Yeah, I was like, all right.
that was the
like
first
that.
strike.
I like that. Just symbolic too. Like Marva's kicking some ass even in death.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
She had the first shot of the war.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I like that. You see that the Anvil guy starts really picking it up too here, which I like. He started getting even, all right, baby, let's
One,
go
two,
there,
one,
shit."
two, one, two, one, two.
Got his headphones on.
I like that.
Yeah.
Starting to speed things up though. You know that shit's
Way
starting
to read
pop
the
off.
room.
Yeah, no shit. He knows what he's doing. He's helping set this fire too.
Yeah.
We go to Andor. He's looking for Bix. He takes out one guard, nice executioner style, just kind of fucking little karate move, flips him over, and then just fucking point blank, just like blast him. I'm like, there he is.
Yeah.
There's the killer I know.
Yeah.
I
They didn't
was
show
like,
the
see more of
they didn't
this.
show the impact, but they showed him the whole time.
Yeah.
It was impactful for sure.
But right away, shoot first, think later.
Yeah.
Figure that out later. But that's what I'm talking about. Like, all right, this is when I'm starting action. All right, let's go, Andor. Let's go run through this thing. Let's go save Bix. We're gonna friggin' kiss her on the mouth. It's gonna be awesome. We're gonna save B2. We're gonna carry him home. We're all gonna go have a great time. And then season 2 is everyone's gonna die.
Yeah.
But for now, everything will be all right. Andor finds Bix pretty easily, though. He takes out that one guard, like I said earlier, takes him out, and then basically, boom, he's just like in Bix's room. Bix is out of it, though. She's like fucking delirious. She doesn't even want to leave. She's got like Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, she's
like,
sauced.
no, I'm good. I'll stay here. It's
Yeah,
fine.
they'll hurt me more if we leave.
Yeah. You can tell she's had it rough. She's been getting tortured for a while. Her brain's just fucking mush. Her brain's like my brain today.
Yeah, she had too many vodka Red Bulls.
Yeah, exactly. It's been
Big's
pumping her
brain.
into it.
They've been torturing her.
They've been torturing her.
with vodka Red Bulls.
This fucking feed her in an IV. Fucking poor girl. She's so beat down.
She's
But yeah, she's in
fucked
tough shape. She's in tough shape. But Andor, he's obviously gonna carry her out of here if he has to. We see that the melee is still going on big time. we see that the son who was the man of the guy who was tortured, we finally pull out this device. We finally see what it's good for. Sure enough, it is a bomb. Takes it, throws it right over the melee, kind of past the blockade. Looks like it blows up some kind of like little ship thing, but takes out like a whole bunch of the stormtroopers. Kind of creates a little.
Hits some other grenades too.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
little chain reaction.
Yeah, that's right. Big chain reaction.
Yeah, turned into 40 grenades plus the bomb.
That's right. Yeah, that looked cool.
Yeah,
I did like that.
That was the big boom.
Yeah,
but that was the climax for you. You wanted some execution style.
Yeah, I don't know.
Massacre.
I don't know. As soon as that happens, though, like fucking, that's when the Empire officer he's like, all right, like fucking, they got like obviously like, their blockade's gone, just got blown up kind of thing. So he's like, all right, fire at will, just kind of start shooting these guys. I was like, all right, now it should be like really on. But then it kind of almost like it, I don't know, it didn't. I guess like it just kind of stayed the same way. Yeah. Like they're getting shot on. So I'm like, these people at Ferrex, like some of these people have to have guns. I don't know if they brought them, if they're in their houses or some shit, but like. We don't got any blasters or anything to fucking pull out and start shooting back with? Like, otherwise it seems it's going to be shooting fish in a barrel. These guys are done.
Yeah. Only thing I can say about that is maybe that just shows how oppressed they are. They are literally like, I don't know, you think about freaking, I don't want to get political, but that's what our government's trying to do right now is take away our guns.
Yep.
And that's how they made them less able to rebel, is take away all their guns.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking, I don't know.
That's how you do it if you're in power.
As soon as they say, like, open fire, I'm like, all right, fucking, it's time for us to pull out whatever big guns. It's not like, literally, whatever we got left. Like, this kid had one bomb and set everything off. I was like, what if this kid doesn't have that bomb? We're just going to have a pushing shot this in the fucking street for a couple of hours? And that's going to be it?
Slap fight.
Exactly.
Punching.
Like what was the plan here?
Putting stormtroopers with helmets on.
And that wasn't even like a plan. Like, that kid, I don't think that kid was like, hey, everybody, I'm bringing a bomb to the funeral. You know what I mean? I think he fucking took it upon himself because his dad was tortured to death. So he's like, all right, I'm going to fucking, this is my revenge tour right now. I'm going to fucking blow up some guys. I don't think anybody else is like in on that plan. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, if he doesn't do that, if he doesn't take it upon himself to make this device, like I said, what are they going to do? They're just going to have a fucking, a mosh pit in the fucking streets.
Yeah. I mean, it is 1,000 on 100, but they're outgunned for sure.
True.
They'd be probably losing that battle.
We see that Andor's got Bix on her feet and they're moving. The Empire calling out one of the Empire gods like identified the kid who threw the bomb. So he's like, get that kid! I want him! He's the one! I'm like, oh shit, kid, you better fucking get the fuck out of here.
Time to bounce.
Yeah, no shit, huh? I was like, fuck, all right, you better get out of here. I don't know how they saw him. I was like, he was behind so many people. He like threw it over a huge melee. I'm like, dude, I don't know what you did wrong, but you did something wrong. You should have been out of there already. As soon as you threw that thing, you should have been like, all right, my job here is done. I'm a kid. I'm getting the fuck home.
To the tunnels.
Yeah, for real. What are you going to do here? You don't got you don't have anything. You're a kid. You know, there's no blasters like we've been saying. Yeah, what are you going to do? Just fucking try to start throwing punches with a fucking stormtrooper? Kid's going to kick you.
Yeah.
Get away from me, midget. We go to a little interesting scene that I thought was kind of cool while all this chaos is happening. We see that Cinta, who's been spying on Ferrex for the last couple of episodes, she's caught up with the Imperial Guard, who's been spying on Ferrex for a couple of episodes. I wasn't even aware that they were privy to one another.
It seemed like he had tabs on her, but it wasn't clear that she knew who he was.
Yeah. Well, clearly she did because they come across each other and right away he's like, "You, what the fuck are you doing here?" And she just. Yeah. I was like, oh shit! That's something you don't usually see in Star Wars either. I was like, this bitch just pulls out. That was like Game of Thrones style.
10 gut stabs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of like the Cinta.
You like that one?
I did actually. I'm not gonna lie. The Cinta bitch is kind of.
I said that. She got you going a little bit.
It's not my bad.
Yeah, it did. Even the way that she kind of like talks to Vel kind of gets me going. Like Vel's always like, you can tell Vel's got a thing for her, and she's just like, she's rebellion first, dude. She's like the job. This girl.
Yeah.
All right.
I think she's the one that convinced Vel to press the button or whatever during the Aldani heist too. Yep. She's like, this is the moment of truth. Do we do it? And she's like, we put so much fucking shit into this. Press the button. Like
press the goddamn button.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah. Press the goddamn button.
She's like the most hardcore of them almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. Yeah. You know what? When they introduce her character, one of the guys says that she's like the toughest out of all of us or something like that too. I think they said that she's gone through the most.
I don't remember that, but she showed it for sure.
Yeah. Now that I just actually kind of flashed that into my head, I do remember that when they introduced her. But like I said, I thought that was just a cool little scene just because they've been doing the same shit and she's fucking again kind of not your Star Wars that we'd normally.
Shake.
Yeah. I was like, all right, cool. That was fucking pretty badass. We see that our buddy Pegla, he's rescued B2. He's just like literally like got him like on a little chain, and he's just like dragging him like a dog out of battle. He's like, "Come on, B2, we gotta get the fuck out of here."
Yep.
Like, all right, my guy, let's get B2 out of here. I was like, Pegla and B2, that sounds like a show.
Did B2 take some damage, or he's just out of batteries, or what?
I don't know. I just don't think he was able to.
He fell over, so he's like, I
think he's like a fucking like a cow when you tip a cow.
I'm stuck, boss.
Just wiggling there, like, help!
I fell
I'm
over.
stuck.
Over.
I fell.
I liked that one. I fell. Oh shit. That was good. Cassian and Bix, they're still on their escape mission. Now that they got her out of their room, they're making their way through the tower. Cassian's going to come across the only second guard that we're going to be dealing with on this entire escape for him. Okay, sure. And then at least he took him out in another cool way, at least. It was fucking like a fucking jump shot. Just fucking, Bix, stay here, I'll be right back. Just dies like Superman arrow, just blast the guy like 3 times. I was just like, okay. Yeah. At least when Andor does do shit, he does it in a cool way. So like that gets me going a little bit, but it's like, do more cool stuff.
Yeah, and he totally has no regard for his own life, which we see even more later. But
yeah,
he's at that same stage during all this.
Yeah,
you know, he's like, "Fuck me, let's save everybody else."
I'm not gonna lie, I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty lately. It just kind of reminded me. I just kind of run and sprint around corners just like that.
It's like me on C trying to capture it.
For real. There's the way he put down Bix, though. I just thought it was funny too. The whole thing is just like, wait here, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Usually after that, it's like almost like a stealth operation in most things. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, stay right here, like be quiet, and then like they sneak around and then fucking kick him out. Nope.
Yeah, we got no time.
Yeah, it was fucking cool though. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
And then we see as they picks Bix back up.
Picking a Bix.
Yeah, that was a tough one. No matter what, good brain or not, I would have struggled with that one. He fucking he kind of crosses over the dead body of the guy that he apparently owed credits to, the one that was leaking information to the Empire. So that explosion, I think, from the kid and the grenade fucking chain explosion must have got him.
Some glass shrapnel to the face. Not good
Tough
for anybody.
Yeah, it's tough.
But yeah, that's kind of a one of the first losses for Andor. That's someone he liked. Seems like someone who lent him money that he owed.
Yeah. Even the way that they were bantering, you could tell like he wanted the money back from Andor, but
yeah,
it seemed like he really at the end of the day wasn't going to do too much to harm.
Yeah, like we're friends.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Still
I was
sad.
just surprised that we brought him back, and I didn't know. I thought he was new, and at first I was like, all right, this new guy just played a pretty big role in this episode, kind of randomly. But now, even if they know that they brought him back, I still feel like it was weird.
Yeah, and you got to think when like the last time Cassian went to Bix, he gave her enough money to pay back everybody he owed.
That's right. So why is he fucking leaking information?
Right, you got to wonder if he got the money, if Bix got captured before she could spread it out.
Maybe,
but.
It's just strange that I think this guy got more screen time in this finale than like Luthen did.
Yeah,
it's like Luthen's like Seth said he's the most interesting character on the show. Like, you know, big plot, like power play in the rebellion. I think he was on screen more than he was in the finale. Kind of fucking just, I don't know, strange to me, weird.
Yeah, and like I said, I didn't know who he was when I was watching it. I had to find it out after. So
we see that Deidre, she has been caught up in this little melee that's going on in the streets. She's kind of fucking in the middle of this chaos. She's got a gun ready in case she needs to use it, but she's not just like open firing like the rest of the Empire is right now. She's clearly just trying to escape the chaos that she is in. And then she's gonna just take a rock right to the fucking head, and I was like, oh shit! I was like, that fucking must have fucking hurt.
Ow. Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, no shit. We see that the Empire Guard, who we've been mentioning how this Andor guy's clearly helping, set some of the fire going for this little melee. He's like, all right, go fucking shut down that anvil guy. That was a little while ago. I forgot to mention that, but we see that the trooper finally arrives up there at the top of the tower. Didn't even stand a fucking chance. Dude.
Yeah.
Like, didn't even have time to be like, hey, put down the fucking hammers, dude. Guy, just as soon as he gets up there, just like, later, bro.
Throws him over the top.
You just see him just fucking fly down. It was awesome. I loved it. I was like, sweet.
Ferrick's kick to the chest. Right there was Spartan kicks.
Fucking A.
Yeah.
Fucking A. Shout out Gerard Butler.
Yep. Ferrick's kick, baby.
I liked that. And then we kind of see Deidre. While she's trying to escape, she just took this rock to the head. She's kind of just like crawling around now on the ground. And basically, it looks like she was about to get like just ripped apart for a second. All these fucking guys kind of like grabbing her and shit, trying to drag her away. I was like, oh shit.
She's scrambling for the gun.
Yeah, trying to scramble for it. And then all of a sudden, who's gonna come to her fucking rescue? But Ramsey goddamn Bolton.
Your boy.
Ramsey Bolton comes in, saves the day, is able to like basically in disguise, sort of like, oh, I'm a rebel too. I'll fucking take care of her. Got her at gunpoint. She's like, fall fucking me. Go that way. Yeah. And then she finds out that it's him. And then they have like this weird fucking tension moment. I was like, all right, yeah, Ramsey, get the girl, bro. Like, make out with her. And then they just kind of like sit there like staring at each other's mouths and they're like shaking.
It's you.
I should say thank you. I'm like, yeah, you should with your mouth.
Yeah. Up on it. But she's just so rattled. She can't even think.
I guess.
Like, she's like, I was the top shit in the Empire a second ago, and then I was almost just fucking curb stomped by 50 Ferrex people.
Yeah. That would have been a fucking gruesome
But
death.
like that's how he gets back on her good side.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Stalking her. Stalking her at the
Yeah,
fair.
yeah, just expected.
Yeah, as soon as he sees her, he goes to like make a move for her. Moss grabs him. He's like, yo, chill.
Yeah, like, what are you doing?
Well, I thought you might be in danger, so I can't. Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, like I said, there was like this moment, like, because they're so close, and they're just like looking at each other, and then just like, you know what I mean? I'm just like, all right, like,
right.
She has
to respect it because his weirdness saved her life. But
True.
He also was mad weird by following her everywhere.
Yeah. Whatever. I just thought my boy was gonna have a big moment, but maybe that's his way back.
Yeah,
into
none. That was a
Empire.
big letdown.
Yeah. Who knows what we'll see at fucking him next season? We go to Pegla. Actually, you know what? That's one of the things I missed real quick. This was in this little montage of scenes right there. That's when they showed Mosk. Actually, no, it wasn't. I lied. No, you haven't seen Mosk yet. I lied. I was right. Mosk is going to be shown again in a minute, but I liked how they kind of, like I said, I like how they left his character, because I think we were expecting Ramsey to be the one that switches sides. No, I think it might be Mosk. It's Mosk. I think it's gonna be Mosk.
Must be Mosk.
I like it.
We see like Pegla. We see Brasso. We see the kid that threw the bomb. This other woman, who I'm thinking is maybe one of those daughters of Ferrex.
Yep.
They're all like on this jet. They're kind of getting ready to fucking take off. B2's kind of like, yo, like, where are we going kind of thing. Where is everybody? Like, you know, Andor all of a sudden shows up. Turns B2's mood right around. He's like, Cassian, what's going on, baby? I haven't seen you in so long.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, let's go. Let's get the hell out of here. Andor's here with Bix. We got all of our main squad. Like, let's get the fuck out of here. Andor, though, like, nah, not leaving yet. Got some business to take care of. B2, look after Bix. Like, I'm going to come find you guys. And then Bix is even like, he'll find us.
Yeah, that
seems like she's still a little out of it, though, because they're like, who? And he's like Cassian. And Cassian's like, yeah, I'll find you.
Yeah. Right. You weren't really sure if she was saying, like, we're doomed, like, they'll find us, or.
Yeah.
But she's like, nope. Cass will find us. Yep.
Yeah, it's good. I like that. There you go. Yeah. That makes
That's
sense.
what I got. Like, yeah, the evil Empire will find us, or. He's like, no.
No, that's
Sheboygan will find us.
Sheboygan. We go quickly to Mon Mothma, and we see that she is going, even though it seems like she does have something in the works, like we've already hinted at earlier, it seems like she's still keeping all of her options open, because her closing for the season, we just see her quickly right now with her husband and child, and they basically show up to like a meet and greet kind of a thing with the like loan shark guy that she met with earlier, who's offering the 400K credits she needs. He's there with his son and his wife. It seems like we're gonna let these kids meet for the first time, and see. He didn't say necessarily we needed a marriage pact. He said, let's just put our kids in a room together and see what happens.
I know. It seems like she skipped a step a little bit.
Yeah.
Seemed more like a marriage thing. And her daughter seemed into it.
She did. I noticed that too. Like, she seemed excited. She
Yeah.
had like a smile, kind of like, all right, this is Ferrex Customs. But it seems like she's very into all of that shit. We kind of saw that in that little school meeting thing that she was at last week. She was clearly like very diligent to all of the shit that she's learning, even though Mon's not about it.
Right. Which we thought might be their local religion, or maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, cultures and shit.
Yeah, like culture that they've grown past, but she's still holding on to, kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. But that was just a weird, again, another character, actually, a perfect example, actually. Another character that we've spent a lot of time with this season. And then the finale, she gets, like, literally 2 scenes that are each 40 seconds long, tops.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like that random dude, Pegla even, both, like, all these random characters I just feel like getting way more screen time than fucking some of, like, the main players.
It's true.
I don't know. Kind of weird. This is when we go to Mosk real quick. We go back to Ferrex and we see Mosk, but we close out for the season with him. Another quick closeout scene. He's literally just sitting down like on a stair on Ferrex. But he looks like he went through a ringer. I don't know if he was trying to break up the melee or what have you, but he looks like he was, he looks like sweaty. He's just pounding down some booze. And I just I don't know, the way that they just left it, I was just like, Moss, baby, are you coming around?
You can come on over, Moss.
Hell yeah!
There's some room.
Hell yeah!
Was he like finishing a flask or something?
Yeah,
like,
he was
like,
pounding down some
knocking it off.
booze.
Oh yeah, finishing the 6th shot of the flask or whatever.
Yeah. I just like the way that they ended it. Him by himself, just kind of, I don't know. I just get this vibe that.
No, I like that. I didn't think that at all, but I'm with you. Somebody needs to turn. Right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. We didn't know. We mentioned Ramsey. I think we even mentioned.
Seemed like Ramsey's going back the other way.
Yeah.
I think that dream's dead.
I do too.
At least for a while in season 2.
Unless Deidre gives him some booty and then breaks his heart.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see how un-Star Wars we can get. We just open up season 2 and it's fucking Deidre and Ramsey Bolton is fucking going at it.
Smacking.
Ramsey
clap,
Bolton
clap, 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 clap,
That's
not
ugly
likely.
love making.
Andor starts up with that HBO screen and just warning, nudity, sexual content, fucking Ramsey lights him a butt right afterwards.
Going White Lotus on it.
Yeah, for real. And then we go to our closing scene for our season. We go to Luthen. He's seen enough of this crazy day. Didn't really get mixed up in it at all. Just constantly watching from the sidelines. I was waiting for him, though. I thought, this is one of your moments, man. But he can't blow his cover. Get that. He's too big a guy. Can't blow his cover.
Right.
But we see him. He goes back to his ship. He's getting ready, talking to his little robot thing, all right, get all the ship ready, we're blasting off out of here. And then all of a sudden, you can just tell his his PETA sense, his little spider sense is tingling, and he's just like, something's fucking wrong. Turns around, there's Cassian. He's like, shit, this ain't good. Cassian knew right away. He was like, you were trying to kill me, weren't you? And he was just like, yeah, but you're not easy to kill.
Right.
It's like easier said than done kind of thing, which I liked. And then Cassian's going to say, okay, well, I'm never going to make it easy for you, that I'm going to make it for you right now. Just literally fucking gives him a blaster and says, go ahead, do it, kill me.
Here I am.
Yep. And then he says, basically, you can either fucking kill me or you can take me in. Gives him 2 options, which I don't know what he exactly means by take me in, literally, like an orphan kind of take him in, bring me into the fold.
Train me.
Yeah, I think that's what he meant.
All right.
Let me join.
Obviously, he's not bringing him into the fucking Empire. You know what I mean?
Yeah, make me your number 2, man.
Yeah.
I'm your best fucking guy.
Yep.
You want to kill me for some reason. Either do it or freaking let me be your number 2.
Luthen seemed very high on him when we first met in episode 3 or 4. It seemed like he vouched for him very heavily to Vel. You need this guy.
Yeah.
So I don't know why you wouldn't want him on your team. And then Luthen, we don't see him answer, but I liked his reaction. Just kind of lets out a little snicker, a little laugh, just like
you motherfucker.
Yeah, he's like, you coming with me, boy.
Yeah.
And then from there, we just go to our credits, and we actually got a little end credit scene, which we hinted at earlier. Seth, you had mentioned maybe seeing an Emperor in this closing scene, which I was excited for, possibly.
Yeah.
Instead,
and then I think as the episode goes on, you didn't think that was going to be a thing.
Yeah.
I feel like,
Especially with the way they opened it. If they were going
Yeah.
to show that shit, they should have fucking done it right there.
Yeah. And then before that, too, backtracking a little bit, when Andor's talking to the people that are getting Bix out and all that,
Yep.
he goes back to a common thing throughout the whole season. He tells them, climb. You know what I mean? With the ship.
Yeah.
Tells them, go to a point, climb, go away. So climb.
I know, yeah, they're really forcing that one.
Constantly a thing that was going on this entire season.
That's a good call. Yeah. That's a good
and
one.
K2's final words in Rogue One.
That's a good one.
Climb.
Climb.
But like I was saying, the little end credit scene, we just see we're in space and we see these little droids attacking some metal, and then we see these pieces of metal, these fucking things that Andor was making for 2 episodes straight in prison. And sure enough, we nailed it on the head. We fucking predicted it a few weeks ago. We see a zoom out, we're in space, and the Death Star is coming along quite nicely. Yeah.
The final touches
just about done.
Yeah,
the final touches.
Pretty epic scale the way that they shot that too.
Did look very cool.
Just
that
starting
I have
in
nothing
on,
to say about. Yep.
Starting in on the tabletop and then just making this massive thing that ends up only being the beam insert.
Yep.
It's just it makes it huge, and then it's just part of another huge thing, and Yeah, it's very, very cool.
Fucking make a how-to on all these shows and how they make this, how they make that. I want a fucking real how-to make the Death Star.
Yeah.
I'll watch that. I'll watch that out Doc, no problem. How the fuck do you make a ship that big in outer space? That is insane.
And why did you make it opening the same size as a Womp Rat that you could insert a fucking bomb and blow up on the inside?
Yeah,
that's what I want
to
to know.
move. Maybe there'll be an explanation in season 2.
Could be. Maybe because since all the prisoners broke out and all that, that was like the final thing that they had left. So they were like, all right, well, we got no time left. So we'll
I was going to say, at the very least, this prisoner rebellion thing delayed the production of the Death Star by a little bit.
Definitely.
Which made them able to kill it in just in time, right? Like it was all down to like the day when Luke killed the Death Star.
That's true.
Blew the Death Star. So it just all kind of adds up, makes it a... Like Nemec was saying, like all these little actions add up to a big rebellion. Yeah. And that's kind of like the point of the show, end of the day. Definitely. Small part of the big rebellion.
What does he say? Right, I think it says at the end. It's like just try, right? Nemec, I think that's the last thing he says there.
Yeah, I mean,
when it's like this, he's gotta try.
Yep. Yeah. Remember this. Try.
Try.
One single thing will break the siege. Remember this. Try. So just keep doing the little things, man, including. Just slow down production for a day on the Death Star, and then we'll do it.
Yeah. No, both Nemec's speech and Marva's speech I thought were really good.
Yeah.
I liked both of them.
And they echoed each other a lot, like we were saying.
Definitely.
The one small thing, the power doesn't panic.
Yep.
They basically just echo all those same things. Very cool.
Yeah, no, both good. But that basically wrapped up our episode, the season. What did we think? I mean, what do we got for thoughts? What do we think about this season? I've already spent a lot of what I said about how long it's gone on for and how I just expected a little bit more explosions, and that's kind of what I expected. Same thing from this finale. It was a well-made show. I said that 1,000 times too. Between the look, the sounds, it was well done. Mm-hmm. I just wanted a little bit more.
I'm with you that they could have made it more epic. I'm with Seth where it could be setting it up to be more epic in season 2, But I overall enjoyed it. I would recommend anybody who likes Star Wars to watch it for sure.
I think if you don't like Star Wars, you can easily watch this show and like it.
Yeah, right. It's more relatable than other Star Wars stuff. Yeah,
or even if even if you haven't watched it, like imagine seeing that end credit scene. Imagine not knowing what the Death Star is.
Oh, true.
You know what I mean? That's kind of added to
what the fuck is
shit.
that?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah, I never thought of that.
Yeah, I think it might be even more entertaining for the non-Star Wars people.
Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that.
Right. Like, it's almost your expectations that made you not like it. Right? Like, overall, it wasn't that bad, but you're just like, you knew the scale of the whole show and series, and you knew that they could get there, and they didn't quite.
Yeah.
So that's like why you didn't like it, maybe?
Yeah. But the biggest thing to me was there's episodes that straight up just could have been cut out.
Yeah.
Like, straight up cut out.
It was just for me, it took a while for me to, I think it finally caught up towards the end.
Yeah.
I didn't really affect me that much until the very end, like the last two. But yeah,
the last couple I fucking had to power through.
You do 8. You probably do 8. And
8,
it's
definitely.
As long as it wraps up properly, I'm cool with it.
Cleaner and shit. You know what I mean? It's like it's just better. It's like every episode would have had more pop. There would have been just less downtime. Every episode has. When it's less episodes, every episode has more effects. It's just, I don't know. It's like watered down. There was just so much slog.
Right.
Once the whole story is done, though, if it's a good story, then I'll be appreciative of all that stuff. Like the same way that like we wish we could see every deleted scene of Game of Thrones. You know, it's like I don't care what it's about. Show me the Game of Thrones shit. Like I don't know. Yeah. I don't care what it's about. Show me all the Andor insights that I can possibly know.
Yep.
But yeah, it all depends on how they wrap it.
I want to hear Seth's list here. Seth was mentioning that he is
I didn't
ranked. What is it? Is it all? Is it everything?
So I did basically just the main things in Star Wars. I cut out things that I haven't followed through, like the Clone Wars. I haven't watched all the Clone Wars. I didn't watch Bad Batch.
Okay.
So I basically just tied in a list of the combination of the TV shows that have come out as well as the movies.
All right.
So I have Empire Strikes Back, A New Hope, Return of the Jedi, Mandalorian, Rogue One, Revenge of the Sith, Andor, Force Awakens, Phantom Menace, Rise of Skywalker, The Clone Wars, Book of Boba Fett, Obi-Wan, big gap, Last Jedi. That's what I have for my list.
Wow.
So
I was too fast for me to fully process, but
I'm very happy.
So I got-
sounds like all the original three.
original trilogy.
Yeah.
original trilogy. Yep.
Mandalorian, I think, is just
Awesome.
it's the best thing that they've come out with since the
not the
original
original
trilogy.
trilogy, yeah.
I combined the 2 seasons. I didn't really want to break down, season 1, season 2.
Nah, that's all.
Yeah.
I mean, I still remember the
Season
end
2.5.
of season 2 with Luke Skywalker, and I was like, "This is one of the coolest fucking.
Oh,
I don't know, this is one of the coolest things I've seen in Star Wars."
Yeah, that's a finale.
Yep.
yeah.
That's a finale.
Rogue One was phenomenal. Revenge of the Sith, I put a little bit before Andor. Force Awakens. This is where I get into category. Force Awakens was
boy.
decent. Phantom Menace, again, good. Rise of Skywalker, fine. Clone Wars goes very far, like the episode
Attack
2
of the
Clone
Clones?
Wars.
Yeah.
Attack of the Clones, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Garbage take.
That goes far down for me just because Hayden Christensen's fucking acting in that movie is horrendous.
Best
The Sand.
Best prequel you can't convince.
Sand.
Horrendous.
It's so irritating.
So entertaining.
Book of Boba Fett, like I said, they had to call in Daddy to make it an okay show. It wasn't good until they
Daddy's right.
wasn't good until they called in Daddy. Obi-Wan, borderline useless, and just overall like the plot holes and just things were just lazy. Like you said, it was like not very well appealing.
No.
They
And then,
pulled in all
you know,
kinds of Star Wars buzzwords and
Yeah.
all the key shit.
Yeah, like
though.
that they definitely did a better job
Yeah,
with.
and then I've said it before. Last Jedi is one of the most insulting things I've ever watched in my entire life. Might as
That's
well,
number
Ryan
9.
Johnson might as well just slap me in the face with his penis.
I think
Watching
that,
that
I
movie.
don't
Was
think
that the
that's terrible.
9th movie, or was that the
No, that was
middle
episode
one?
8.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I don't think that's terrible. As you were just going through that, people are not going to like this, but it's not that I think it's.
If you don't say
they're
Empire
better.
Strikes Back is
Hang
the
on.
best Star Wars.
It's not. You're wrong. It's not. I knew
You're
hope.
wrong.
I knew hope. I mean, it's a New Hope, but it's fine. Regardless, I've always said I'll take Return of the Jedi over Empire Strikes Back too, but we're not going to get into that. But what I am going to get into real quickly, just because it's honest, and this is what we're talking about, is Andor. While I think it's like a better product, I am going to go back and watch almost anything before I go back and watch Andor, just because I'm going to say like
Probably
I don't wanna
not.
be bored.
Probably not until season 2.
Yeah.
You start getting whispers of season 2 coming out.
Yeah.
And the release date.
If you're telling me that for the rest of my life, I can only either watch season 1 of Andor or any of the prequels, I'm gonna take all the prequels.
Right.
I'm just gonna. They're just more fun. They're just they're more entertaining to me. It's not that they're better. Like I can sit here and truly say like Andor is a better made product than like the original, like the prequels.
Yeah.
But like,
You'd rather, like I said, just be.
It's not what you want to see.
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna go
Yeah,
fucking
like-
watch fucking
right.
Star Wars. I want to watch Yoda fucking flying around fighting Count Dooku.
Yeah.
And fucking
It's not that you're being like
Palpatine.
like simple or anything like that, but
Yeah.
you'd rather leave having the feeling that you do of like whether it's cool special effects and
Yeah.
then how like deep and
They missed out on the wow
storyline
factor
is.
for sure. Yeah, there was not. Yeah,
Definitely. Yeah, it's a good way to put it. The wow factor.
Especially like for the wow, like for me, the wow factor was the prison break, and then to go right back the last 2 episodes to
small scale.
It kinda, like, lost-
100-person rebellion.
it lost a little bit of its steam that it had from that episode.
Right.
I
That
feel
was
like.
the prison was a 5,000 person rebellion against like an unstoppable force, and then you go back to Ferrex and it's
I'd have to go back and like watch them all again, honestly, individually. But that breakout episode to me was like, I don't know. People were saying that was their favorite. It was probably like my third or fourth.
You like the heist, Aldani heist better?
Aldani was definitely my favorite, and then I actually did like episode 3. I did enjoy episode 3. The shootout, Luthen escaping with Andor, the kind of mystery, Luthen kind of vibes that he's throwing off, just knowing so much about Andor, saying how his father was hung in the streets and all that shit. That was all very intriguing me. That was the beginning of Luthen really becoming kind of this mystery that, all right, this guy's fucking, this guy's something. You know,
Or
what
just
I mean?
like for him to go back to Fenix and not get caught, like
not even get
come
caught.
on.
He didn't even like
not
struggle.
even-
I felt like
yeah,
it was so easy.
right?
I'm with you. I'm totally
Yeah.
with you. It just felt like, especially like after we said we doubled down security on this planet. Like we upped our, the Empire's their foothold here, and fucking he was able to just slip it right around.
and they were pretty much all waiting for him to show up.
Yeah, everyone, yeah,
Right?
true. Everyone
Yeah,
was waiting for
you
him to show up.
knew he was gonna show up.
But none of them actually had any theories on where he would be, or
Yeah,
they all got immediately distracted by the other shit.
yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
I don't know.
I'm still caught up on A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back. I might have second guesses.
I love it. I mean, A New Hope not only is what started it all. I don't know. So A
I'm
New
due-
Hope's just got that story.
I'm due
that's
for
why I
a,
love the
I'm due
Fellowship
for a
great.
rewatch.
It's the storytelling.
Yeah, Fellowship's
vibes,
great.
You know what I mean? I love the beginnings of the story, learning the people, the characters, the reasons why we're here, and shit like that.
Maybe that's why you'll love season 1 of Andor once you know the full story.
Yeah,
you know.
I think so. I think so.
Once you know the full story, though.
Yeah, I don't think so. To me, I came away. The last thing we'll kind of do here is give any ratings or anything like that. I came away. I gave it a 7.7.
Well, take
Which
that.
it's a hot night. It's a nice number. It was great. It was well made and stuff. It just to me was too long and didn't have the fireworks.
It's fair.
What do you guys think? What do you guys got? You got an actual rating or anything like that or no?
I put a 7.9.
Oh wow,
It was in the 8s.
right in the same range.
Yeah, it was in the 8s for me until the last couple episodes, and
Okay.
I probably would have had it somewhere. I wouldn't say maybe a little below 8.5.
Okay.
I would have had it up there
Lackluster
if
ending,
it
though?
just the last 2 episodes. Like I said, I thought we were really gaining some steam with the prison breakout, and then we kind of just went right back. My favorite character in the whole season was Luthen, and there was no. I feel like we didn't really go back to him the last, especially the last episode when the previous one was a lot more centered around him.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But like I said, I think ultimately it might get a boost down the line once we can just hit next episode and go into Andor season 2, episode 1.
Yeah.
So I
Good
might
news
be
on
able to
that
give it a
front is We
boost.
won't have to wait too long for that one. They greenlit 2 like right away. So that
Did they? Yeah.
Yeah. 2 should be hit. I think it's going to be next year. So
Nice.
I don't think there's going to be much of a layoff at all. I know that they were like written together and stuff like that. So I think shooting started pretty much as soon as the first one wrapped. Luke, you have a rating? Any variety?
I'm a little confused by our number ratings currently.
You can rate
so
things
I'm gonna go letter
however
rating.
you want.
I'm gonna go letter rating.
It's everyone's choice.
If I was gonna grade this paper as a teacher, I would give it a B+.
Wow.
Okay. Nice.
I think it was good. I liked it. I was engaged.
That's a funny way. That's a funny way to think about that now.
I'm confused about the
I don't
numbers.
think about myself as a teacher, and right away I'm just like, this was very well written and well done, but put me to sleep.
You had
C+.
good intentions. Need more action.
I like the way you just said
Or just like you had a
Great
thesis
world building.
paragraph.
Need more action.
that. Go on, though. Go on.
But yeah, I don't know. I think it was very good. They didn't let me down. I think there's more to come, like on a lot of these people that we wish that we got more from. I think it's really cool how Cassian literally delayed the Death Star by a week or something by
at least.
Yeah, by doing all that, and obviously Aldani heist fucked them up for a few weeks, and it's just going back to the Nemec's thing of like every little thing just adds up to the breaking point.
Yeah.
And everything counts. All these little tiny things.
Yeah.
That's kind of the point they're trying to make, is that it's not these big things, It's like they're chipping away until they can make their move, and it happens to time out perfectly. Right before they're about to blow shit up with the Death Star, it gets blown up. So
Yeah, no, I think that's absolutely true. That, and I think what Seth said a few times too as well, is that, even though they're the good guys, they have to get their hands a little bit dirty as well to get this job done, because it's a dirty war.
for sure. Yeah.
Seth said it too. I don't know how you can come away from this and not think that Luthen was
MVP for sure.
the MVP. My other two.
Is he a Jedi?
No.
No?
I don't think so.
Not even like force sensitive.
No.
He has a really cool walking stick that kind of looks like a lightsaber.
Interesting.
And he has the Kyber crystal. And he kind of turns around when he feels
Some
Andor
Jedi.
behind him.
Jedi artifacts too.
Yeah.
In his shop.
Does
Yep.
have a big hood.
Yep. And
have a big
he's fucking beast.
It's true.
Come on.
All right.
Never know. There was a theory I saw that there's this like missing Padawan of Count Dooku.
Oh, no shit.
I don't know if it's before or after. I think it's before Qui-Gon is his Padawan. That's someone
Interesting.
who knows a lot more about Star Wars than me. Thought it might be him.
Timeline ends up on that.
Yeah.
Interesting. Aside from Luthen, though, I think the only people I really came away from that I was like, I like these people. B2, I like all the droids, but B2 is awesome. And I liked Ramsey Bolton. I don't give a fuck. I liked Ramsey Bolton. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I think he had like the
He's
Cole.
trying his best.
He had like the Cole LVP. For me. You know what I mean? Like just
Expectation.
absolute sim. Like just in terms of just his character, just took a huge kick in the nuts as the season went on.
Run away with me
I
at Essos.
don't know. Like, I don't know why, but like just seeing him like at his desk that one time, and he was just like playing basically like Tetris on his fucking computer at work, just like shit like that. I don't know, man. This just made me laugh. I don't know why. This guy, him fighting with his mom and shit. I was just like, it just gives me like Star Wars sitcom vibes. Like I don't know. He's just like fucking Alan Harper, but fucking Star Wars. You know what I mean?
Like character wise, LVP, and then storyline LVP, Martha.
Martha, I had LVP too. I had her and Bix.
Yeah.
Oh god, that fucking storyline.
Bix was like second or third casts on this fucking show behind Cassian and then maybe Luthen. And she fucking wasn't in that many episodes, and then when she was basically a fucking prisoner who looked like shit.
She's
just
a mushroom.
Looked terrible.
Yeah.
Right. She was either
rough go.
Yeah, she's either being a bitch to Andor.
Yep.
Or being tortured.
Yeah, I was like coming into the show and I was expecting like some kind of sparks from her character and stuff. And I liked her intro in the first couple of episodes. I was like, all right, this girl seems like a bit of a badass. But yeah, I just felt like not only was she not in it much, once she was in it, she was fucking just being tortured. Being prisoner tortured, just having a tough go.
I think her and Ramsey both have a big season 2.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm still holding out hope for Ramsey to make a turn to the rebellion.
They fully established his arc here.
Yeah, whether it's Deidre, like you said, kind of pumping and dumping him, or you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think
dirty up Star Wars.
I agree. I still hold out hope
slap.
that he can make a turn to the light side.
Yeah. Hey man, next season 2, the guy I'm watching is Mosk. Mosk is fucking Mosk is coming to the good side. Mosk and give me fucking K2SO.
Yeah.
Give me K2. That's gonna get me going. That's gonna definitely let a spark in my ass when he comes in.
Let's go.
Hopefully it's fucking quick, man. Like season 2 opening scene. Hey, I'm K2SO.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But I'm also B2. Yeah, I'm B2 and K2.
Oh man. But anything else? Last thoughts on Andor?
No, I want to make sure I mentioned the possible Luthen Jedi thing, but that was the last thing I wanted to throw in there.
You definitely built a quicker argument than I even expected. Because as soon as you said it, I was like, nah. But then I was like, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
he's got that badass shit.
I gotta hope I hope he's not.
I hope he's not too.
And that would be kind of going against the
I hope
whole
he's not
theme
too.
of the show of not doing Jedi.
True.
Yeah.
True.
But it would kind of spoil that. But if it's like the last episode or 2, maybe it would be allowed. I don't know.
Wouldn't be surprised if we get some more Saw Gerrera in season 2 as well.
Yeah, for
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
It's basically going to just build towards Rogue One.
Right.
But there's no Luthen in Rogue One, so
Yeah. No,
He's-
not
him and no
almost
Bix.
any of these people.
yeah. So there's going to be some messy endings.
Any of his other buddies too. Obviously. Well, I mean, I don't know why they. Well, I guess, but like even the Basil guy. I can't think of his real name now.
Basil Exposition.
Yeah,
Bazos.
There you go, Bazos.
That's our theoretical name for him. We don't really know.
Yeah, he's gonna come back to that other guy though, right? The prisoner that he escaped with. Was it Melshi or whatever?
Melshi is part of Rogue One, yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. So we'll see him again maybe in season 2.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll come back together. But that's gonna wrap it up for this season of Andor. Another show in the books.
End of an era.
Yeah, another show in the books. Now we don't have any shows we're going to be doing full layouts for right now. But like I said, next week we'll be talking more White Lotus, some more 1899. We'll do some Guardians, a little bit more other stuff too as well that will be coming up with throughout the week. But we're going to have to fill that hole a little bit. Shows are definitely going to be a little bit shorter, for the holiday seasons and stuff like that, just because we'll be covering less. But
I'm down to do Dark or Stranger Things or whatever you're thinking.
Dark would be a fun
Obviously, the new
thing
stuff
to
is
do.
more pertinent to the people, but
Yeah, no, Dark's a fun one though because, like I said, not a lot of people have watched that. So if we kind of set up some kind of viewing thing, cover a couple of episodes, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
That's something we could do with the viewers and stuff like that. So that's something we might have to look into.
I'd be down.
And then I gotta also, you're going on that cruise for like 57 days or something like that? when are you gone?
Next Saturday, so I can do next week.
All right, and then when you come back?
Christmas, like 23rd.
Jesus.
Attaboy.
Bye.
You're gonna be lost.
Bye, baby. Ciao, baby.
Luke, how do you feel about Christmas movies? Actually, you said you've seen almost every Christmas movie, right?
I saw more than I thought, but no, I've seen less than half of these.
All right.
So
I'll say we might have to.
I'm down.
I might have to
come
call in
talk
some
movies.
Yeah, I'll say I might have to call in some new people for
Some elves.
Christmas episode because if they're not back till the 23rd.
I have
it's
to
like,
call in the elves.
fuck.
I know.
They're going to get back on the 23rd. They haven't been here for like 12 days. And be like, all right, guys, as soon as you get off the plane, come on over. We got a Christmas show to do.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's Christmas Eve. Like, let's do this. Yeah, so I'm gonna we'll have to figure something out. Maybe we'll call Colin Ledoux, or I'll have to try to find another ringer. We'll have to try to find someone new, maybe to come talk some Christmas movies with us.
Yeah, I'm down.
Because I have been working on a Christmas show, so.
Yeah, or just, you can sidetrack in the dark whenever you want, man. I'm ready.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like I said, we'll definitely gonna be setting up some things like that just for going forward to keep us covered through the winter.
Yeah,
Some more movie trips as well and shit.
Yeah, I mean, this is all just the new stuff we like.
Right.
We are. Yeah, we've gone in deep for many years together, watching all kinds of shit. So we had a lot of material to cover if we need it.
Yeah, it's open forum now.
Yeah. But that's gonna wrap it up for us here tonight, episode 16. I hope I wasn't too egregiously awful tonight. My brain, like I said, I just wasn't on my A game today.
You rallied quick. You were good.
I tried. But as always, thank you guys for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Please share the show around, subscribe to the channels, leave a like, leave a review. Please make sure you subscribe to the YouTube page. As soon as you do that, you'll be entered into our raffle. 100 YouTube subscribers will be giving away a $40 gift card to AMC, so you don't want to miss out on the chance to win that. As always, thanks to the boys for being here today. Couldn't have done the show without you. Mitts on the ones and twos. Luke
Thank you for having me, as always.
Of course, bud. Yeah, it's great having you guys. I love doing this with you. So, Luke, pleasure as always, bud.
So much fun.
And we'll see you guys next week. Have a good one.
Good night.
Peace out.